I was gonna tell you about it.
Yeah,
We can always check on the phone.
Yeah, I always feel pretty confident when I do it, but then again, like you just never know, bro.
Yeah.
You just never know, man. Because it makes me acting wonky. Let's get it, dog. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love once again. Happy Friday, everybody.
Fridays are the best cast.
Weekend.
I'm always ready to do a cast on Friday, man.
Oh, definitely, bro. My energy's different.
I love it.
You know?
Yeah. I'm just
like a lot of times I'll be like, man, well, I'm gonna go home. And it's like, like a realistic 4 hours to get shit done before the next work day, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'd be staying up so late, man. Because I'll just be like, I'll be like, all right, well, I spent 2 hours doing errands after work, so I guess. I want to do what I want to do for the next 3-4 hours. I guess I'm staying up to 11.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt you when you're not exhausting yourself, man. But once you once we started working out and shit, man, you feel different around that time, dude. You're just tired, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
I went over to see Hutch the other day, bro. He only been getting it for about 2 or 3 days now, and you could just tell he felt the same way that I felt. Where we're just like, you're gone.
You got kids.
Yeah, right. On top of that, very true.
Fucking kid. Yeah. That's a whole nother level right there, man.
I was just telling Katie, I'm like, I don't even got the energy to argue the other day. We're going back and forth. I'm just like, I ain't got the energy to do this. It's like, you win. I just was exhausted, from my workout.
There'll be some days where I'm like, I know it sounds wild, but I won't even it'll take me forever to roll up, bro. Because I'll just be sitting, I'll just be like, I'm just tired, bro. I want to roll up. I'm just I'm literally dozing off,
That's when you just gotta pass out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what been happening the past couple of days. Is I would pretty much sit there, and be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna roll up. I'd break up my weed. But by the time I had the weed broken up, it's I'd be
just bad.
Just so tired, man. And that's a good thing, man. I'm saying it's a real good thing.
That's that bike.
Yeah, I'm back on the bike. That's the thing. It's such best way to start off the morning, man. I don't care what no one says, bro. That's literally my favorite time. I'm bumping my music. I'm getting on the bike, man. And I've been getting it lately. I tell you that. I've been trying to do a lot more stand up straight away,
trying to make it harder.
Just keep it going, yeah. Pretty much 50% of my ride home is incline. That I kind of force myself to do. What I'll do is when I get to Broadway, I always head over to Fleet Street, and Fleet Street pretty much the whole way is just kind of like this. And at the end is just really long, steep when I just bang it out and just be fucking so dead. Especially today, heat index 100 degrees. Man, I was feeling it.
That's the best though.
Yeah. I've always told you I love sweating, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I get there in the morning, I feel good because when I wasn't doing it, I missed it. It's just I want to go ride the bike to work. It's just
it's for me. It's been funny. It's weird when you're good at something. And you just, I guess when you're cocky and you want to be that guy, it's easy. But for me, I never want to be the guy that's I'm good at this. I want to rub it in your face. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But with the running, I realized that I do have good cardio out there. So I've lately I've been avoiding the track because I kind of feel a little weird when everybody's there walking and I'm there hitting the steps and I'm gunning around the corner. I feel like they feel like I'm trying to show off or something, you know. But I do that when no one's there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, bro. Usually when I see people doing that, I'm just oh, get it, dog. I remember I was riding past Patterson Park, and you know that alley that you hit with the incline near Patterson Park? Well, the actual street, I think it's Patterson Park Avenue. It's a pretty steep incline, all the way up, until you reach Baltimore Street again, on the other corner of Patterson. So I'm riding the bike, and, it's of course 8 in the morning, and there's this couple sprinting I saw them at the bottom on Eastern Avenue of Patterson Park, and then they just took off, started sprinting as hard as they could up the hill. I'm just the dude shirtless, cocky as fuck, it's probably, I'm just get it, man. Fucking get it. I want to go over there and tell him yo, fucking get it. It's you know what I'm saying? So so I don't know. I don't think that about people when they do that. I would say if you're out there, let's say you had 20-pound vest, ankle weights, and then you're doing wrist weights, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's kind of a little douchey right here.
It just for me, it's there's a lot of you could tell moms out there and stuff.
You go up in a full running leotard. You know what I'm saying? That might be look at this tool, bro.
And lately I've been trying to sprint every once in a while, so I feel like people think I purposely am trying to pass them and shit. It might just, you know what I mean? It might just be my overthinking it, but I just feel I don't want to be that guy who's well, chill out. But I'm really gonna go this hard if you're here or not.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get it. So it just feels weird.
So you gotta just start like as you like when you come out that track, you start going up, hitting up and down those hills, pretty much side to side. That's what you need to start doing. You know what I'm
Over
saying?
at the other side?
Oh yeah, run the hills up, then come down it, run the hill up, come down it, run the hill up, come down
Yeah.
it. You know, it might be good. You
What
know?
sucks, like, that would be tallied, but what like, when I run the bleachers, like, that's not tallied on Strava, it's elevation.
Yeah,
It's only GPS elevation,
yeah,
like, the spot from the spot. They don't count, like, if you're
yeah.
doing steps or something,
No,
you know? So, like, every time, it's always like I mean, at this point, I can't even look at my time because
yeah,
I just know it's gonna be low because I'm here doing this side. In Strava, it looks like I'm just going like this on the
yeah.
ground, not going nowhere.
And your pace will slow down on the stairs. You know, it's just
Yeah,
you're not gonna go as fast on the stairs as you would on flat
for
ground.
sure.
You know. So I mean that's one thing I've been trying to focus on, like is like my time because I mean like I think that's the one thing I can do. That's the one thing that means is like I'm working harder. You know what I'm saying is that like if I shave 30 seconds off of time, of a previous day, it's
Yeah.
like I went a little harder on some certain areas, and did better at, times on certain areas and
Like I
whatnot.
was saying to you the other day, I kind of just want it to be like a difficult route. Like I want them to be like, out of fives, we've rated trails out of 5 stars. This is a 4-star trail. I want to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah,
That'd
bro.
be elevation, mile, distance, whatever it is, whatever I got to do. I just want to go out there.
That's why I'm saving up for a mountain bike because I want to do shit like that. I think it might make it a little tougher,
Oh yeah,
more
bro.
treacherous terrain.
I just want to go on one of them trail backpacks, where you just carry your shit, bro. Follow the river,
Yeah,
3-day trip or something, man.
yeah.
Just post up.
I want to do a nice long hike like that. A nice long hike. That's what I always thought about. Like it's insane, but I mean, like you hike the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, it's super far though.
Oh,
Yeah.
super far, super crazy far. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to do crazy shit ride my bike to like Frederick or something. Like just do crazy.
Mhm.
Go to the Bay Bridge on the bike, like just Annapolis. Just do something stupid like that. Double
I always
century.
think about
You
that
know.
shit.
Well, but I think about it, I'm just like that's 8 hours.
What a triathlon.
Well, that's 8 hours. Like a double century on a bike, 200 miles. That's 8 hours. Like oh shit.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
That's how because like if you're thinking about like say you want to run at say you want 8-minute miles hard to average. Say you're averaging a 9-minute mile. You know what I mean? And you go 10 miles, that's an hour and a half of running, bro. It's a long time.
And a solid pace.
That's my thing now is
Bro.
just like time, bro. Like I think that's someone that's really respectable, because a lot of them people, if you're stopping, like I never stop on my runs. So for me, like when I see like 68 minutes of straight running, bro, it's like almost more of a win up here.
Oh,
I'm just like,
bro.
wow, bro, I would never think right now I could step outside and I could run for 68 minutes straight. But like you get out there, you start grinding, you're in your own head, and you just figure that shit out as you go, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't done it straight, but when I did those 5 miles or so with you guys, I mean, I was just like fucking insane, just like
Yeah, that was
there's an hour of that type of activity, and that's all your activity you're doing. Like hour of basketball is like, yeah, it's a good workout, but I mean, like, you could do that, but like the hour of like trying to consistently run of just keep going for an hour straight,
without
crazy,
break.
bro.
Yeah, without a break.
Yeah,
It's crazy what it does for your body, man.
even with the breaks for me, bro, I'm just like, God damn.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's always harder with a break. Like if I stop, it's hard for me to get it going again. Well, like I try to get in that zone, and it's like, all right, I'm getting to where I'm going, and that's gonna be that. Because if I stop, I gotta find that zone again.
Well, the way I think about it is like when I do it, just like like I'll just be like, it's like I'm not gonna walk the rest of the way. I'm not gonna walk it out. I'm always gonna pick it back up and keep it going. And whenever I do that, I'm just like I could never stop. It's like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, like, whew, my legs be fucking being tore up, bro. It's like just trying to like, and I feel myself like I try and correct it now while I run, like because like a lot of, like while I would run before, I'll get tired and like use the strength of like only one leg.
Yeah, it's bad.
So like my left knee would hurt a lot, and it hasn't been like that the last couple of times I ran because like I get really conscious of it.
Right.
Like,
same thing with my right. Yep. Same
but
thing.
also like I mean like you've seen me like it's like those times you get that second wind and you had like I just have a higher pace for a split second. And I'm just
but you like, really don't want to do that, That's what Kate does too. And I'm like, when you get that second win, don't go out there and set a high pace. Just find that regular pace again, because that's what's going to keep you going longer, though.
I feel you. But I mean, like, it's just like, when it hits me, it's like, it's not a conscious decision. It's just like, And then I feel like a
Right.
quick,
You feel good.
I feel a quick rhythm, and I feel a rhythm with the stride that just works right there. You know, where like it's like I think you'll see me bounce a little more when I do that because it's just like it's like a rhythm thing, and I just keep it right there for for a period of time that like I wasn't doing before at a pace I wasn't doing before. It just weird. It like kicks in, and it's just like you get second wind going.
Uh-huh.
It's just like it's just I don't know. It's not conscious,
I've
especially when I'm running.
always
It's just
I thought it was cool. Joe was saying it one time, and I thought it was really cool to hear someone else say it because I've never heard people look at like this. But I used to do the same. Remember, I told you when I was a kid, I used to always train to be a soldier, and I would just do crazy shit like
right,
carry bricks in my backpack and go under cold water and shit like
right,
that.
right,
Like
right.
always trying to do shit like that. So like every time I always ran, I always pictured for some reason, in my head, I always pictured like I was running to get help for someone, like in a woods area, you know what I mean? Like someone's hurt and I've got to get here where help is. That's always been able to keep me going. I always be like, so if Steve's fucking leg was bleeding out right now, you would pause. I'm just like, no, I wouldn't pause. I would just go. I would keep going. It ain't fast, but I would keep going.
This is
Oh, you paused?
So I was like really into like World of Warcraft. I'd watch this one guy. He was a World of Warcraft streamer, but he was also a bodybuilder. Like that was his like profession. Like he was a bodybuilder. So they were just like, for one, it's not your usual World of Warcraft player. You know what I'm saying? Dude's just jacked to the fucking tits. It's huge as shit. Like 6'2", 250 type of style. Just muscle. And I remember like he had like a workout video going on where he was talking about his like routine, and I was watching that. It was like it's like, well, first thing I think it's important to think about what you train for and what you're really working towards. For me, I always think about it. What if I had to save someone's life?
Yeah,
being in
exactly.
good shape isn't a negative when it comes to saving someone's life. So you're just like, what if I had to carry someone out of a fire of a burning building?
Right.
I want to be able to do that.
Or your own life.
Yeah, or your own life.
Like, bro, I was thinking about this. Every time I'm doing pull-ups, I think about this. Imagine if someone was burning, right? Like there's a fire all around someone, and all they got to do is lift themselves up onto a cliff that they can reach with just their hands. You know what I mean? How many people, bro? What's the percentage of people that could do that?
Very true. Yeah, very true.
Like it's like 1 or 2 out of 10 people can lift themselves up like that.
I remember like the Monday, this past Monday when I was still at the house and I had the pool there. I was doing the thing you were doing where like you were diving in one side.
Yeah, that's good, ain't it?
I pulled myself out like for like the 4th time. I'm just like, I remember like I got up and I failed a little bit. I was just like, whoa. You're tired, just pulling yourself out that pool.
That's always been such a great workout.
Pulling yourself straight up off a cliff or some shit is crazy,
Yeah.
What's that one Tom Hardy movie?
It's crazy as in it's hard, but is it crazy to really say you can't lift your own body weight once?
Exactly.
That's you know what I mean?
Well,
that shouldn't be crazy.
But being able to do this and then go over.
You don't even gotta lift, right? You're not even lifting your own body weight. You really just gotta get your neck up there, and then you can get your elbow and go.
And eventually you can get the
but like people go
motion.
Nobody could go like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just not a thing.
You gotta do the pull to the push motion, and when you get that push motion, that's where you really lock it in. Like, oh, I'm getting up.
Well, if you ain't got no legs under you, then I always go elbow. If I got someone I can like grind my feet on, then I go push method because I'll push out with my feet as I'm doing it. But when you don't got nothing to put your feet on and your feet are just dragging, you got to just get body weight up there. So I usually get my elbow up there. Then I get the other elbow. Then you kind of do like a neck, chest push, like you know what I mean. You get like half your body on there, and you just kind of wiggle.
What's the one Tom Hardy movie where he fights where he's a UFC fighter?
Oh yeah.
What's that name was called?
I don't
know. His name
I forget it, but yeah.
I know that. I know his name was Tom. I can't remember.
It's a trash movie.
But anyway, oh yeah, hell yeah. But I mean, like I was watching clips of it. I was watching the clip where like he beats up Mad Dog in the gym. And shit like that. I'm just like, I was sitting there just high as shit. I'm just watching. I'm just like, I want to do that. So I think, I don't know, man. I think I want to do like something, take some classes or some shit.
Yeah, I've been talking about that forever, man. A Muay Thai class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be cool as shit.
I was thinking anything like Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Some kicks in. Like,
well, I mean, after I heard, Taekwondo guys talk, they say that like really only Taekwondo should be used for children. Because basically it's really just for flexibility in your joints, like it's going to get you to be able to do kicks and shit like that, but Taekwondo has a major flaw, which is there's no hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
So even a master in Taekwondo is like, a regular guy, bro. You're not used
That's
to
why
someone
you mix
throwing
it. That's why you
punches.
mix it. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, now
That's
you're
why
gonna take Taekwondo and boxing classes. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know, why not? It's, you
Yeah,
know,
if you got time,
you know,
but
fly some kicks off.
I try to
You
kill
know,
as many birds as I can in one stone.
I feel you know what I'm saying. I definitely feel you on that. You know, but
I
I
was like,
mean,
if I didn't do an MMA gym, I was thinking like, all right, if I did Muay Thai, then I mean, I'm kind of like, at least I got all my striking down: knees, elbows, kicks, punches.
that's
You know,
a very good point.
that'd
Very
be
good
all
point.
4 limbs.
That's one thing I was just like, maybe I kind of want to do. Kind of want to do wrestling too, you know. It's just like, you know, just
Yeah,
think
that'd
about
be
that,
cool.
you
Yeah,
know.
but bro, you're throwing some of the toughest people up Muay Thai, bro.
Oh
Leg
fuck yeah,
kicks.
bro.
Somebody just kicking your
Fuck
leg every
yeah.
day. You're just like, ah.
Those motherfuckers are crazy.
You can't
man.
wait to get to the point where you could kick legs.
And they're always so fast.
Yeah.
They're always so fucking fast. I don't even know what
It's
it is.
crazy knowing the history of it. We're learning more of the history of it and seeing like, you know, so Muay Thai was a known thing throughout the entire world. And all it was people around the world eventually started coming to Thailand because that's the only place it was at that time. Started coming to Thailand to try and be Muay Thai fighters. And they would all get fucked up, bro. Like all of them, dude. They never won anything. And then a few guys came, but the most famous guy who's one of the first, I don't know if he's literally the first, but he's one of the pioneers, was a guy named Raymond Decker, who was like, he's from the Dutch, basically, European, you know, they call it European style.
Okay.
So there's Muay Thai, right? So it's still Muay Thai, but it's European style. It's like Dutch kickboxing kind of. So what that did was incorporate Muay Thai with boxing techniques. So this guy came over, right? And he's a foreigner, so they give them the worst matchups, bro. You know, they make you fight the most.
Watch videos about that.
You don't get no decisions, you know, shit like that. So he went over there. No one knocked him out, right? He's beating a bunch of guys, and they're like, holy shit. So he goes for the championship. And this is like that fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know, blood sport Muay Thai guy, you know, who's like, he's got like 400 fights, 370 knockouts, you know, something like that, like crazy shit. So he fucks Raymond up, bro. Like Raymond's trying his normal shit, and he ends up getting KO'd, dude. And everybody's like, told you, man, these fucking foreigners, you know, they can't do it. Raymond stays in Thailand, dude, and keeps working his shit. He's beating everyone. He lost a lot of decisions, but no one knocked him out. Right. Which is what all the Thais want to see is foreigners get knocked out. Right. You know, so they're coming for his head, and no one's knocking him out. He ends up winning a bunch of fights, and he gets that rematch championship, bro, with the fucking killer. And it's like a movie, dog, like a Jean-Claude Van movie, yo. He fucking knocks the dude out, and he's one of the first foreigners like to ever win a Muay Thai championship. And it's just crazy to think about that, like how long.
That's a movie.
Yeah, that's a movie, right? But just think about how so Thailand developed that themselves. You know what I mean? They developed Muay Thai, and they also were the best, and that's like their bubble. You know, it's just very crazy. They're like, they developed that style of fighting. Like you see those like African Seminese wrestlers and shit. Yeah. That's kind of the style they developed, you know? But like, the Thais developed a very good style of hand-to-hand combat.
There'll be like different traditions, like Greco-Roman wrestling. You know what I mean? Like Greek, the Roman.
But just think about like a Muay Thai guy, right? So just a trained Muay Thai fighter versus like a samurai. You get what I'm saying? Like he would body that samurai, dude. Like it wouldn't even be close. You know what I mean? If it's like he gets him with the hands, it's over, dude. Now, obviously, I know a samurai is known for a sword, but you get what I'm saying? Where like skilled people would get beat by this style of fighting and this is just every Thai knows Muay Thai. You know, maybe that's a racist comment, but like that's apparently how it goes. Like you at least know some Muay Thai, you know? Right. Like Russians know wrestling.
Which is
know some, you know?
What I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it's all the different types of cultures have, you know, raised different types of fighting sports, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you have the Greco-Roman wrestling where you just be naked wrestling each other.
Right, and that's all cool. That's everything. But just Muay Thai really impresses me because of the fact of like there's a lot of things that go into it, like condition in the shin. Who was the first guy that started kicking coconut trees and realized eventually it didn't hurt? You know, because that's what had to happen. And like they all have these conditioned shins where basically, you know, like UFC fighters that do a lot of UFC fighters do a lot of leg kicking. They take a metal rod. You know, and at nighttime before they go to bed, they roll their shins with a metal rod because they're trying to build up calcium to kill nerve endings so they don't feel the pain. And that's why you see like those Thai guys that can like bend a bat. You know what I mean? Like, they're just doing that because they don't feel the pain and they know they're not going to feel it. It's not like a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? The nerves
I
are
wonder
dead.
what evolution has done to the everyday ties shin bones. They have to be stronger over time. Come
Dude,
on, it has to be.
you would imagine.
You know what I'm
You would
saying? You
imagine.
pass that on to your children. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you're an
I
athlete, you're
don't
more.
know if it works like that, but hopefully, like you pass a little to your son gets conditioned shits. He pass a little to your grandson, he gets
I'm saying
his.
generation,
You're
generation,
hoping,
generation.
you're
You know what I'm saying?
hoping, but
I would think so.
at the same time, though, what are they doing though? They're killing nerve endings. You get what I'm saying? So, like, are you gonna, as evolution, gonna kill a nerve ending? That'll take a long time. You get what I'm saying? It's not like people.
Number of nerve endings.
They're not. It's not like they're born like that, though. You get what I'm saying? Like they're doing that to themselves.
Over time. How long has the Muay Thai been around?
It's something they're doing. I don't know.
If everyone's always doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Imagine that
they're
your
gonna
kid's like
create
6 months old and you're just rolling metal rods on them. Because, they can fight at like 6 years old over there.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And the reason they do that, dog, is because families are broke. And they like a kid can start making money at, 6, 7 years old. You win a Muay Thai fight, bro, $50 American, something like that, like.
That's the thing that gets crazy about like Thailand, like the Filipinos and like all those types of like,
Dude.
Asian countries with stuff villages, they just be coming in, take the girls, sex traffic them.
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy,
insane.
bro. It's just like.
But Vice did a documentary on the Muay Thai kids, bro. And like literally, you see like these kids, bro, they have so much pressure on them, dude. Like, and some of them came from good families that weren't like evil, bro. They literally only had like this way to eat. There was no job for the parents. So they like have a kid basically, not so he can grow up to do it, but if he's a boy, they're like, look, you can feed us. And like these two kids are fighting each other, bro. And they both got so much pressure on them because their family literally needs that money to eat. They don't want to fight. You know what I mean? They just have to because it's a paycheck.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You see
a
I
6-year-old
imagine,
get knocked out.
Yeah, 100%. But his family ate that night. I don't know. it's all fucked up. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like,
there's a fight.
do what you gotta do, I guess.
Fight Saturday, right? So
I feel like they could survive with that, with avoiding all the child fighting, but who knows?
They're broke. It's just tradition at this point,
Yeah.
There's very funny traditions in Muay Thai that people don't know. Like if you come out, you fight a Muay Thai fight, and you come out in the first round fighting hard, people will like fuck you up after the fight and shit. Because basically, where it works in Muay Thai is there's 3 rounds or 5 rounds. So the first round is you're supposed to basically feel each other out, but it's not for strategy. It's so everyone can get their bets in. Because they want to get a live bet in, basically. You know what I mean? So it's first round, everyone gets their bets in based off of how someone looks. And then second round, you kick it in. Basically, like that's the first round for real, So, like,
That's
you don't
so
throw
weird.
elbow and shit like that. Yeah, it's very weird. People
Just so you can start betting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, huh?
So it shows you how much, like, it is part of the culture.
I mean,
but I'll tell you a funny thing, man. See, I always like the inside of the fight game, man. That's my favorite part. So this weekend,
I think it's one of the best parts.
125-pound belt, right? It's vacant.
Who vacated it?
Cejudo. When he retired, well, he ended up giving it up. Then he retired. But so now it's Joseph Benavidez and Davison Figueroa, right? So they fought before a couple months ago. When you fight in a championship, you can't be a pound over. You got to be exactly on weight. So Benavidez made weight and Figueroa missed weight by 3 pounds. So they go into the fight, right? Second round. Benavidez comes to go in and they hit heads, bro. He gets a headbutt and Benavidez starts leaking everywhere. So he steps back to go grab the blood. Figueroa comes in, bro, stalks him and fucking punches him right in the nose and knocks his ass out with some ground and pound, bro. Like right after a legal headbutt, basically. It's not illegal because technically Joe's like the one that did it, but you're supposed to stop the fight when someone gets headbutted,
right,
and make sure everything's good, So he gets fucking knocked out, but Figueroa can't win the belt because he missed weight. So now it's a rematch, basically. You know what I mean? It's a very weird thing. Is what I was getting to. Is that so now Joe, the guy that got knocked out, he's sitting at his house. He gets a call from Brazilian media saying that Davison Figueroa was bragging about the headbutt. You know, he's like, yeah, I could see after the headbutt, basically, he was fucked up. I knocked his ass out, you know? So, like, that makes Joe mad. And he's usually not that guy, you know? And he was like talking, he's giving an interview. He's like, I want him to feel my pain. He's like, I want him to wake up every day not knowing if his concussion's going away. I want him not to know where he's at in the morning. I want him to cry in the shower. And like you could tell it was like what he experienced when he got knocked out. You know what I mean? Like he's like, after he heard this guy bragging about the headbutt, he's like, he wants to give that to him. I was just like, I was just like, man, that's so sad, bro. It's just so weird. Like, man, like concussions are nothing to fuck with, bro.
No, not at all, man.
I always say this
You're
right here.
hitting your brain.
Here's the funniest thing, dude, right? Here's the funny thing that no one thinks about and no one remembers. Madden, concussion isn't an injury no more. There's no such thing as a concussion in Madden.
I remember
it used to be a thing, bro, and you would miss a game or you come back next game.
Yeah.
It's not a thing anymore, bro. It's not a real injury in Madden, even though it's the most common injury in football.
There don't even be that many injuries in the game anymore, you know? Like, it happens, but I don't see it like I used to, man, you know?
You play some online franchise, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you play enough games, of course, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I feel like in the online franchise, it might also be, like, the frequency might be, like, ticked up. Because, I mean, I played a lot of, you know, computer franchises, my franchise by myself in the league. Unless you, I mean, usually if you don't sim a game, which I mean you always do, you usually won't get many injuries, man.
Yeah, on this one, you get some.
Yeah.
You definitely get some. But I just think it's funny how, like, man, nobody really knows the effects of a concussion, really.
That's why, like, I mean, like, I want my son to participate in sports and stuff, you know, but it's like, when you get something like, you know, football when you're playing like 8 years old, you know, it's like, come on, you know? You play, why don't you go play some flag? You go play some flag football, you know?
My son ain't playing nothing with head contact, bro. He ain't doing shit with head contact until
I'm saying, play the flag,
full, you know, full built.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play flag football. We're not gonna do no fucking, like, we're not gonna be out here sparring, boxing and shit, you know?
Yeah.
We're not gonna be out here fighting, boxing at 8, 9 years old. I'm just not gonna do that to my kid. Like, but we're gonna do boxing mitts. We're gonna work our hands, you know. But I'm not gonna have you fighting.
You're not gonna be fighting nobody.
I'll let you do like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, wrestling, shit like that, but
encourage it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing anything where you're taking head strikes.
That's what's always tough to see, you know, when you see like a father with his son and he's pushing him really hard, and you know he's pushing him hard because that guy who's raising that kid didn't have his father or father there or someone to push him.
Or his father could have been the same way.
That's true.
You know what I mean? He's just like, that's what my dad did for me.
Yeah.
It's just, I know it's not the right way, but like, man, I used to see that. I remember like playing on my baseball. On my baseball team, I used to see there was a couple of dads that were like that. And that were just absolutely fanatic, arguing with the coach and shit like that. And obviously, you don't want the big scenes and shit like that. But I remember always thinking like, man, I wish, you know, somebody was there to push me like that.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've never had nobody to push me.
No.
And I feel like the perfect person to get pushed. So it's like, I just got to find my own fire. You know, I always wish I kind of had, obviously don't want a dickhead dad though.
Yeah.
I'll take a nice dad over that if it means he's a dick.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There was another thing I was watching. It was like, it played after one of the MMA videos I was watching. And it was like Kobe's most savage moments. And I'm just like, it was him like the first video was him in the court with like Jeremy Lin, and he's talking to him. He's just like, shoot that shit, pull that shit up. He shot it. He was like, I made his bitch ass shoot it. You know, he just shot it. He shot it when I told him to. I'm just like,
that was tough.
Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I mean, I get it, but then I guess like, I don't know. It's kind of dick move. You know?
It was kind of a dick move, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah. But
you know
I saw a lot of the ones of him in training. There was like a couple.
But when you're at that point where it's like we're grown men, bro, this is something you should know, right? You should know that a random person should better get in your head like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if we're on the court and I'm like, you can't hit that, and I get you to pull a deep ass straight.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You as a grown man, I shouldn't better do that to you. Yeah. So if I gotta treat you like that, then maybe you need to be treated like that because you ain't learning no other way. There's no reason 25 years old I should be able to make you shoot a jumper. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It was also Kobe, you know. It's like,
bro, you do. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It don't matter who it is, bro. When
you're Jeremy Lin, it does matter.
At that point, I think you're feeling like this is probably a test.
When you're Jeremy Lin, that does matter.
You're not realizing this is probably a test.
Oh yeah.
I ain't doing what you say, Kobe.
But Jeremy
come
Lin
stick
was
me.
Perfect guy.
Come stick me,
that, bro.
Come stick me, Kobe.
I was a perfect guy to fucking.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, definitely.
I was, of course, Jay Lin was gonna shoot it. You know, it was like, you know what I'm saying. I think if you had another people like Nick Young wasn't gonna pull.
He wanted to bang that so bad.
Actually, I don't know. Nick
Young might have pulled that.
He might have pulled that. You're right. Yeah.
Tell me Jeremy didn't want that so bad. He wanted that 3 more than any 3 he ever took in his life. He wanted just be like,
he's like, come on,
fucking Asian mentality, Lin mentality,
Saturday. And poured it and missed. They're just like
buckets. It bucks off.
I think my favorite video of all time was like when they did the video of him and like they paused a minute. He was like, oh, the quarter angle of the black man and the ball to my thing equals hoop and basket, and like it would play for.
It was really him.
No, it was like an Asian guy who was making fun of him, and he was doing equations. So, he's just like this guy. First thing first, quarter inch near to the rim.
Yeah,
so half the hypotenuse to the board, and us equals splint.
All the stereotypes.
Yeah,
fit them all in there.
Oh, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it, man. And you gotta appreciate it. Why not?
That was a fun time. I like all the players that aren't really gifted physically, but find a way.
Who? What'd you say?
The guys that aren't that gifted physically, but find a way. That's why I like Dirk was always, I'm always a huge fan of Dirk because I just like, dude, slow as fuck, can't really jump, just fucking makes his shots, bro. Puts himself in the right spots,
It's just like high, so he puts that knee up.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a space. Hall of Fame.
Tim Duncan the same way.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan, you would never think he's gonna give you 20 and 10 every game.
Yeah,
but exactly. He found a way.
Yeah, found a way. He wasn't athletic either, man. He was.
It'd be like hoop shot, 8 free throws and shit. The slowest free throw. I remember I always remember his free throw go because they used to put timers up. You got 12 seconds at the free throw line. He used to take 11. Like they used to always say that about him. Like he would be so slow, Like shit was killer. But bang the fucking ball.
But bang him.
But bang him. Yeah.
And then we're back after this commercial break.
Whatever you got to do at 7 foot, right? Because imagine how good Shaq would have been if he could hit his free throws.
Yeah.
He'd have been the greatest of all time. He might have been the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. I think I tell you multiple times already, but I mean, one of my favorite moments was that 2009 Western Conference Finals with Melo and Kobe. It was a battle. It was awesome. Last time you see Melo fight that hard.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes back with the Trailblazers.
They posted skinny Melo the other day. You know what I'm saying? He lost a lot of weight and shit. It was looking, Durant-esque.
He might be vegan.
I'm waiting for Hoodie Melo to come back. I was waiting for Hoodie Melo.
What do you think about Trump and Ivanka promoting those Goya products?
Isn't that so weird, bro?
Isn't that direct violation?
He posted the picture of him in the office and he had the Goya
all of it, yeah.
Adobo season. I'm just like, man, what the hell?
How is that? That's literally illegal. You're not supposed to be able to use your position, right? A government position to advertise products, right? Isn't that the same thing that Kelly Kanye, remember? She was like, buy Ivanka's clothing line. I think everybody should buy it. And they're like, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And basically like warned them. And then he's doing it again. Such blatant sight on a social media.
Yeah.
With the products. Like, that's so crazy, bro.
It's super weird, man. They're doing a lot of shit. I was just like, I know you can do that. It's just like, I didn't realize you could do something like that, man. Like,
I think you can, but they're just like, I forget what we're supposed to do. Or like, we don't even have nobody that takes care of that.
I'm saying, like,
and Republicans are just like, nah, it's never. We're never gonna say anything bad.
I just don't even know, man. Like, America feels like it's in such a weird spot right now. We're in such a weird. I feel like we're in like a Twilight Zone episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels so weird, where we're like, we see all these things like Trump. You see the dude, Governor Kemp, where he's like banning, people from like cities from requiring masks and shit. And it's just like, this is so weird.
Dude,
like,
they had someone that was giving away like 100 free slices of pizza for whoever came to the restaurant without a mask. Or like some shit like that. Like,
it's so weird. I mean, like, there was the other one. Shit, I forgot what the fuck was it? I don't even remember now, man. Fuck. It was was it Florida? No. Was it Miami? No. Miami's fucked up. Yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck it was now, man. No, Dr. Fauci. They were talking about him today. They're like, yeah, we're not, you know, we're not blackballing, Dr. Fauci. We're not stopping him from doing what he needs to do. But it's like you see them clearly doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally the chief of staff of the White House was just like, do I think they're blackballing Dr. Fauci? No, we're not. If there's open talks between them. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. And they're clearly doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the dude literally tweeted about him and was like, pretty much calling him a fraud. The other day.
Yeah.
It was like I
That
don't even understand what's going on right
I'm
now.
sorry, but just hearing that ties me into the thought of, like, you watched that Andrew Schultz video, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that crazy with the lawyer?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
wasn't that
yeah.
weird as fuck, dude?
Super weird.
Like, unprovoked at all, just the first thing he thinks of, yes, but I had my pants on every time, or I had my underwear on.
Yeah,
Not even my
underwear.
pants, my underwear on.
I don't even like massages.
Dude, hold up. So did you just admit that underage women were massaging you, though?
Exactly.
You just admitted to that, right?
Exactly, man. It's so.
I've never seen nothing like this, bro. And I'm just like so confused. I'm like, is this one of these things that are just gonna go? Just gonna go away, bro?
We gotta see what happens
I
there.
got so much to tell you about these topics.
We
I'm gonna
got-
try
we-
and run through one at a time.
We gotta see what happens to Ghislaine
But
Maxwell.
there's
right
a
now,
lot
bro.
going on. So first of all, I want to talk to you about how there's little things that happen that we don't hear about, right? And then you find a way and you end up hearing it. And you're like, what the fuck, right? So you remember Sandusky,
Jerry Sandusky, yeah.
right? You remember what he did?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when they're investigating the Sandusky, right? He gets what did he get caught in, like 11? Was it something like that?
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that, right?
10, 11.
Okay, so his first complaint, right, was a boy that came forward. His thing was that he would go to the showers, right? And he had got multiple complaints about him showering with little boys. And the boys had complained to their parents, and the parents complained, and he wasn't supposed to do that, right?
Right.
So in 1998, he takes a shower with a little boy, and he fucking sodomizes him, basically, After that, he gets not prosecuted, basically, but actually charged with this, like that this happened and shit. So, sorry. I'm mixing it up. So when that happens, right, in 1998, that's the first accusation they got of an actual person coming forward saying that he did, like, penetration, basically, right?
Right.
So they thought they had him because they had all these other people that were going to come forward, when this case went forward, basically, like those previous people that had reported he took showers with them.
Yeah.
Well, he also probably did it to them, but they didn't want to say that. So
Right,
they're just like,
exactly.
took shower, Well, the case doesn't get picked up. It doesn't get prosecuted. So this little boy, like, that came forward, nothing happens to Sandusky. So go on. He ends up getting caught up, right? So when he gets caught up, they're like, okay, well, this has a web of ties to it. They're wondering about so many other things. How far does this go? This is on One Crime Junkie episode, right?
Uh-huh.
So they find out that there's actually a lot of written documents of people that he talked to. And, like, basically they made ways for him to go about it to where the no fault would be on him.
Okay.
Right. So they finessed ways through the government, through all these high ranking people, these doctors and everything. And so the government's getting more and more deeper on this. So meanwhile, there's this guy and, another spot in America, and he disappears randomly, and he disappears with $100,000 in the bank. And he leaves with nothing but his computer. Long story short, kind of find out, right? This is the prosecutor for that 1998 case that didn't get picked up versus Sandusky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they know that him and Sandusky had emails talking about what they were going to do to avoid the jail time, how to twist the story, and had other names, like apparently prominent names within the boosters of Penn State on this laptop, right? So they lose the guy, bro. They find his laptop in the river a couple of days later, but it got no hard drive in it. He's got his last Google searches are how to kill a hard drive, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
They ended up finding a hard drive later, but it's just too fucked up. They can't even get nothing out of it. That guy never got found, bro. They never know what happened to him, Disappeared, bro. $100,000 in the bank. They don't know what happened to him. All they ever found was his laptop and that hard drive separately. But they couldn't get nothing off of. But it's believed that on that hard drive was direct messages to multiple people on that, so it's very crazy.
It's like, what could be?
I mean, I just had so many stories going on in my head right now that I'm trying to process. I want to run you through so many of these things. We haven't talked to other people, and I also want to get other people's opinions on them.
Right.
So this was a thing another time, right? Long story short, I'm trying to sum these up for you in fucking 2 minutes, basically an hour, worth of 2 minutes. But so these two guys, they meet up through a mutual, like, online. They're on the black web, basically. And they meet up, and the one dude's got money, he's got a plane, and they both
all the things you need.
They both like to abduct kids and fuck them, dude. So they fucking end up having this they get this little island that this guy has, dude. And this is what I'm learning, bro. We need to investigate every charity that is for troubled boys or girls. Because I swear, dude, I keep hearing this over and over and over. Shit happening at places that are like charities for troubled boys and girls. That seems to be a thing that pedophiles use because they know they're getting hurt people and shit,
People with families.
Poor kids, yo.
Yeah.
So apparently these kids would live crazy on this island. Like, it was a great life for them, except for when it became picture time, dude. They were literally filming child fucking porns on here. And dude, they apparently had the list of people. I want to say it was New Jersey, but I can't exactly remember the state. List of people that were going there. Not I don't know about if it was like celebrities, dude, but it was like, tens of doctors in New Jersey, tens of lawyers in New Jersey, judges, politicians, like all types of shit that were going to this island, bro. So all this ends up getting found out, bro. And the inside inner pedophile weapon of society was working, dog. One guy, listen, here's the craziest thing, okay? They both get charged with the same crime, right? One guy comes from a rich family. One guy is broke, right? The rich guy's obviously the guy that had the island. He's from a rich family. The other guy's broke, right? They both get charged with the same thing. One of them ends up doing 12 years, right? And one of them ends up getting no time. Right. So it just shows you, obviously, still not enough time for what happened because he doesn't even do the full 12 years. The other guy gets out in like 8 or 9, dude.
Okay.
They end up abducting a bunch of other people, but this like gets swept under the rug in New Jersey. Not one major paper in all of America spoke on that, bro. And it's apparently like a forgotten thing that was going around. And like, they never got the list of clients, and they never got the videos or anything because he got tipped off through someone. By the time they got there, everything was rid of.
So deep it
runs. It's insane, dude. It's insane, bro. Now, before I go to this other big case that I want to talk to you about, which is
what it was called, though?
In case you know. What?
That particular case.
I would have to look at each one. I've watched so many crime junkies at this point, dude, where it's like insane, dude. I've got so many cases. That's why I got to be careful, like, my information, right?
Doesn't get mixed up.
Yeah. So here's what I wanted to tell you about, right? I saved this one for you. This is a funny case, right? This is one of those times where you can only do what the law gives you, as we've talked about before, right? So there's this girl, once again, long story short, 18 years old. She moves to Arizona. She's in a relationship with this girl. She comes back for Christmas or some shit to see her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, fucking Florida or some shit, right? And she flies in. So she's hanging out with her mom. She's hanging out with her nephews, her sisters, everyone the entire time. And it comes the day for her to leave. So she's got a scheduled plane ticket. And her mom got called into work. Her mom was supposed to drop her off at the airport. So she obviously can't. So they got to find another way. She has a divorced, her mom and her ex-husband divorced, but that's who raised her, basically, her stepdad, right? Raised her since the time she was a kid, but now they're separated. So the mom calls him up and he says, "Here, do it," right? So once again, long story short, but he comes. So the mom goes to work that day, and the plane is at 4, right? So the plane's at 4, and at 1 o'clock, he's supposed to pick her up or he's already supposed to have her at 1 o'clock,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
So she texts him, and she's like, "Hey, uh, did you drop her off? Is she good and everything?" So at first he texts her, dropped her off, everything's good, right? So she's messaging her daughter and shit, and her daughter's not answering over and over and over, and randomly she gets a message that says, "I need time alone. I made a big mistake. I got to figure out what I want to do with my life, blah, blah, blah." Right. So come to find out that she actually apparently like cheated on her girlfriend while she was there. But apparently she was still happy and everything. Like she had the plane ticket, she was on her way back and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
So she never gets on a plane, right? Her mom finds out she never gets on a
To
plane
go or to come home.
to go to Arizona back to
Okay.
her girlfriend that she
Yeah.
cheated on,
Yeah.
right? So she texts back her ex-husband. She's like, "What happened? You good? Did you really drop her off? You dropped her off?" He's like, "Yeah, I dropped her off." So she calls back everybody else she can. She's trying to get a hold of her and everything. She turned her phone off at this point. So she can't get a hold of anyone, and come to find out that she had never gotten on a plane. She never landed on another plane, like nothing, right? So she calls him up and she's like, "What the fuck? Like, did you drop her off?" So he says, "Well, she didn't want to wait at the airport. So at 1 o'clock, I dropped her off at the mall, which is like 3 miles away. And she was going to catch the bus to the airport to leave at basically 4 o'clock, right?" So right away, the mom's like, "This is weird," because she's never caught the bus before in her life. Like, and
Right.
she's never took a bus.
Right.
So she's like, "This is, weird as fuck that, and also that you're just now telling me this." Right. Cause she's like, "I told you she was, she's not answering me, and you didn't tell me
All
basically
that.
what
Yeah.
happened." So he's like, "Well, I don't know what happened. I left it there." So the cops get involved, bro. They check the mall. They can't find a single camera with her or him, his truck, her there, nothing. They can't find anything. So they go back to him, and at this point, they're like, he's a suspect. So they start checking him, and they check his phone records, dude. He drove to her mom's house and then went back to his house. And when he sends that text, he's at his house. You know what I mean? He never goes to the
Right.
mall. He
Yeah.
never like
Never.
the
They don't
phone
report
records.
nothing.
The phone records show that. And so at this point, the cops are like, "Well, what the fuck's going on?" Right? So this is like 4 or 5 days later after this happens, the house burns down. His entire house burns down, right? So that is basically where they were trying to get a warrant to get in there, because they're thinking, where else could it have happened at
Yeah.
than in the house, because he didn't go nowhere else.
Exactly.
Now he burns down the house, right? So after this, they got nothing, dude. They've got nothing,
Oh my God.
He never gets charged with nothing, bro. Her murder never got solved, dude. Never. And they had like all this evidence on her stepdad, bro, or her ex-stepdad, and they couldn't book it on him because they didn't have like solid evidence.
Yeah.
They knew he was lying, but they couldn't prove that he murdered her.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I thought that was so crazy, man. Like, that one fucked with me, bro. You
Those are
hear a
the
lot of them like that, dude,
those
where
are the
they're like,
holes of the system, man.
they'll
Yeah.
be like, a lot of times, like, they'll find out shit after, like, people are dead.
Yeah.
It's like they never really got served time, man.
That's the most,
There's some
that's the
crazy
fucked up part, man.
dude, there's some crazy shit you hear on that fucking show, dude. Like,
They're really good, man.
there's a big famous case that happened in Australia. Don't ask me why, but a 9-year-old and her 2 younger sisters were allowed to go to the beach. So this changed, like, Australia forever. They were abducted. Eventually, other girls were abducted, killed, never found, never knew anything. Long story short on that one, this family, it's like 15 times that they give false hope, basically, throughout a 50-year span. Like,
Jesus.
there's a guy they think did it. He didn't do it. They got another guy. He didn't do it. Every time the cops are like, "We got the guy." There's a psychic who says he knows where she's at. There's a spot they see that looks like it's dug up with infrared. They dig in. It's animals. It's animal bone. Like this. There's another spot that someone says happened. There's another guy that says he did it. Like this. There's letters that people are writing, like saying, like, "Come here at 9 o'clock. I'll have your kids." random people, bro.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
dog. This happens like they get hundreds of letters, but like 16, 17 times, dude. They're like literally think they're about to find at least their kids' bodies, and they never do, dude. Over a 50-year span. At this point, the mom's died and the husband's still alive at like 96 years old, and he's still asking for like who killed my kids. All three of his daughters, bro,
Yeah, gone.
took them. And there's, I don't know why you would let kids go to the beach like that, dude.
Exactly, man.
But like, it's crazy because all these people have a similar story, and it's like over time they ended up finding this guy, dude, who his son who he molested says he had the girls like 40 years later, dude. And this guy perfectly matches the sketch from that day. It's crazy, dude, right? But he dies. He's dead by the time that his son comes forward, bro. Because his son didn't want to say it, but apparently he was like, this guy was so weird, dude. He used to get aroused by satin. So he's like a famous killer. It's called the Satin Killer, which is like, it's a conspiracy technically, though, because they never could prove it. But they
He's
have
dead.
all these things
Yeah.
like pointing towards that he did it. And the facial recognition of like the sketch, bro, is like whoever sketched that dude and whoever described that to the sketch artist was on the money. Like there's like a part in his hair that's like perfect. His forehead size, like he's got a long face, like it's perfect, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it sometimes, man.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
See,
His stories are just so crazy that you hear on there, bro. And like for some reason, I feel
man.
like I'm super. I always wondered like why am I so interested in these stories? It's like I feel like it's like something that I fear, and I just want to be as prepared as I can. Like there's so much shit that I learned. Well, I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like no one's thinking about fucking kids, and if they do, they're fucking dead within 30 minutes. Like, I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Just fucking,
yeah, bro. So like, my kids, bro, they're gonna have to be daddy's, boy or girl, because I'm not gonna let you go a lot of places until I think you can defend yourself. Just because, bro, I know how sick this world is, man.
Exactly, man.
I'm not risking it.
Exactly.
Like to me, I don't know how Australia is. Like they said that changed how Australians looked at kidnapping and shit. But like for parents to allow a 9-year-old to take 2 younger kids on the bus to the beach, bro, alone, that's insane to me.
100%. No matter
I don't care where you're at.
No matter how safe the country is,
dude,
man.
I don't care where you're at, bro. Ain't no way.
How safe the country is.
You're only 9. The oldest one is 9.
You can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing. You can't even scream loud.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He could break your jaw with his fucking hand. Like, you're so fragile, man.
Well, that, I mean, like, I've seen like, some videos, man, where like you see people like women get thrown in cars or some shit, and it's like a predator just stalking their prey, man. They're waiting for the right time, out of sight. They're just waiting there, plotting on them. Next thing you know, they get thrown in. They throw her in her own trunk, take her in their own car.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, is because with women, it could always happen their entire life. With men, it can always happen, but it seems to be mainly they're going to be boys or like teenagers. You're not really going to abduct a grown man and rape them.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's not very likely.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have like your outliers and like your people who take advantage of like disabled people or something like that.
Dude, that is so fucking sick, bro. I don't know if your dick gets hard from a vegetable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
That was the craziest
That's what
story.
you worry about in them fucking like coma hospitals and shit.
That was the craziest story. It came out? I think it was like a year ago, where that woman in the vegetable state for like 12 years ended up getting pregnant,
having a kid, dude,
being pregnant just out of nowhere, and you're just like, then you come to the horrific realization:
what is going on?
Someone was having sex with her.
That is insane, bro.
Like, what?
And imagine, just imagine the steps you got to take, Steve. You know what I mean? The steps to do that. First, you got to be like, make sure it's only you there. And then you got to find a way in there when no one else is coming. Like, get up on the bed, position a vegetable body, which is difficult to do, dead weight. You know what I mean? And then, like, to have sex with her enough for you to come, dude. Like, you are a sick fuck, bro. I want to see you like electrocuted in pain, like
exactly.
That's like a sick. You imagine, dude, if that was like your sister, bro, your mom, and you heard some shit like that, bro.
Horrific realization, man.
And you've talked to that guy, you've seen that guy when you go visit her and shit, dude.
Probably right after doing this deed or some shit, just like.
Oh my god, I'm gonna wreck your shit, bro. I've got that's one of them times where you gotta go. It's a let's go to prison movement where it's like you find out what jail he's in and figure out how to get in that jail. What crime do I gotta commit to go to that jail? What I gotta be in this state, I commit this crime, I go to that jail.
Also,
I'm going in there.
I'll surprise you real quick. I seen that movie.
Let's go to prison?
Yeah.
Did you? That's pretty funny.
That was Dak Shepard, right? Yeah.
That's the blonde guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the one other guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he's also like you see him like yeah.
I was just telling Todd about that movie the other day. It's got some funny parts.
I just like that he becomes like, the lawyer becomes like the big hotshot guy, you know what I'm saying? Like he ends up working kind of towards his advantage for a little while, just
I just love the part where he's like, you gotta get the he's like, yeah, I forget how it goes. I ain't watched it in so long. He's like, he said something though. He's like, you're gonna have to learn how to defend yourself. He's like, let me see you put your hands up. And he's like, or something. He does something like that. Yeah, he's like, oh no, you're getting fucked or something like that. He's like, I'm like, oh god, bro.
Yeah, I remember that movie, man. That was fun. I watched it. I watched that one as a lot. I watched that one when I was a lot younger. I think one of the best comedy movies. I think it's pretty relevant to the time that's going on. Is Idiocracy. That movie, that was another Dak Shepard movie, whatever. I think it's Dak or Dax, whatever. But that was another one where, like, pretty much the smart and intelligent people, like they keep trying to plan to have kids and never find the right time, while like what they call like the stupid people, they just keep recreating and like eventually like the future is just dumb. I think most people are familiar with the movie. I was like to me that's one of like the funniest movies of all time, and definitely one of the more relevant movies that you see as far as like how things go to. I mean, you see people just like chugging the soda. I think of Brando. That's so comparable to the fucking to soda and how people drink soda and shit, especially here in America, man. Where you just see people chug the biggest fucking big gulps, bro.
Sorry, Doc. Sorry. Yes, that is a great interpretation of where times can go. And the best interpretation of that movie is the part that the guy's actually trying to help you. He's trying to teach you, but they didn't want to take the intelligence,
Yeah.
So they prosecute him.
Yeah, because
it's like that's how I feel like the Martin Luther King thing. It's like the idea's too good. The idea's too good. Kill him.
I was another thing I ended up watching last night. I watched a bunch of speech videos of like famous speeches given throughout time and whatnot. Just like this is like the historic ones in the U.S. And Martin Luther King is probably the best speaker of all time, bro.
It was great, bro.
Just like I watched a lot of his speeches. The one the mountaintop speech, the one he did 4 hours before he died, or the day before he died, I think it was. Just like that. I mean, look, it was very religious, but you feel it, bro. The same thing for it's a classic one, with I think it's Franklin Roosevelt, where it's like the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Just like yeah. I was like, man, it's weird because I was sitting there, I was just like, he was the first one to say that. That's like weird, like not to say those words, but like
here's
but,
the weird thing: someone wrote that for him. You know what I mean? Someone probably wrote that.
You think back then they had writers?
Fuck yeah.
Think so? I don't know.
Dude, fuck.
It just felt like more genuine, like where people were like,
Teddy was a wrestler,
man. Because I mean, like FDR was
Teddy boxed. Do you know that?
Yeah,
he used to square up with people.
He was a badass. He was one of the presidents. He got shot and kept giving a speech.
Yeah,
got shot in the chest.
Nothing's crazier than a presidential assassination attempt. Just saying it sounds weird. It's just wow.
That's why I think the JFK assassination is pretty haunting. Because like one, there's a whole conspiracy involved around it, of course. Because I mean, like they say, they think there's multiple shooters, blah blah blah. So many things that go into it, but also because there's video of it. You can see it. You can look it up and watch that video of his brains getting blown out. So fucking wild. It's the craziest thing, man.
Something wild about that? Right before that, his security team advised him to not do a top down.
Yeah.
That crazy, bro.
Yep. He was
imagine being his wife.
Oh yeah, she had brain all over you.
There's that picture. You ever see that famous picture where she's looking over after the shot?
Mm-hmm. And like crawling out. It's like so insane, man. I remember I also watched another one where it was Robert Kennedy. It was his brother. John F. Kennedy's brother, and he was, I believe, in Chicago. He was speaking to black voters, and this was like at the very moment he gave the news to them that Martin Luther King was assassinated.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was insane, man.
I'm sorry to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, but approximately 38 minutes ago, he said something like that,
Yeah.
right? Our beloved Dr. Martin Luther King was shot dead or something like that.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I remember that part.
Yeah, that was another insane one to give, man.
That's like it's not a speech, but like that moment. You ever see when George Bush is reading them books when he gets told about 9/11?
Yep.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that people really believe that them planes were holograms? I got a cousin that shares that and believes them planes were holograms, bro.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very hard. He shares pictures where it does look holographic, but you're like, freeze frame.
I'm almost thinking like 2001. It's
Right.
like, I'm like, they don't even have HD. You have cathode ray televisions and shit. Like, what the fuck? But I mean, like, there was another one that they had where Bush, he was at Ground Zero, like not too long after. It was probably maybe a day or two after 9/11, and he was giving that speech on the megaphone. That one was really weird and cringy, man, because he was doing so much pandering. He had a firefighter next to him with his hand around him, and he was just like had like the dirty.
He's like the original
smile.
Biden, bro, with the speeches, ain't he? Just like all over the place. You're
Just
stopping on me here.
yeah, just absolutely silly, bro. Yeah, I cut my foot. My bad. Just absolutely silly. I mean, like, I don't even. Ah, man. But I mean, it's also weird because like, you kind of like when you see him, his personality, like nowadays, like it's like they made the whole meme around him when like he was giving like Michelle Obama candy and stuff. It was like, it's just like, oh, dude's still like dumb, but he also has admitted that he was really dumb and probably a really bad president. So I mean, it doesn't change.
Yeah, he did get cooler once he left.
Yeah,
he's one of them guys that probably should have never been there. You know?
I mean, like I think it was in his book. He said he was like, it's like your dad was the president, and I felt, just like I had to become president, and I did. He eventually became president.
But people say that Cheney was the real president. That's what they say.
Exactly. Yeah, he definitely wasn't fit to be president.
Just check this picture out right here. And obviously, I'm not trying to push the conspiracy because I think it's too elaborate. But you can see what I mean by the pictures, right? But like you said, that's 2001 video. You're breaking it down into a freeze frame.
This right here, this was probably literally like a maybe tops 15 frames or 20 frames, 30 frames per second camera.
Right. It's not even processing what's happening that quick.
Boom,
yeah. And then you're freeze framing that.
And then you have something that does. Then you have a camera that's also susceptible to motion blur, which is like it looks like a fadey image apparition of itself because that thing's literally moving at like 200 miles.
Right.
It's moving insanely fast. And I mean, like,
how about? So I know that the moon landing thing doesn't really get you, but how would you feel about if you did find out that America did 9/11?
That would be a crazy one.
That would bother you.
That'd be a crazy one, yeah. Because then it's like I mean, again, we've seen it before, but then again, it's like, when's the most recent time where we've seen something like that? We're like,
we ain't never seen nothing to that level.
Exactly. I'm just like, wow. And then it really puts the Iraq War into context and everything. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's like how we got here now. It's like, wow. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, think about how different presidencies would have been if Obama didn't have,
a lot of things would have been, bro. Deal with I'm thinking about Patriot Act. I'm thinking about stock market crashing. I'm thinking about the housing market crash. I'm thinking about everything that might have been different.
I think the housing market might have happened.
It might happen anyway, but I'm just thinking about so many things that might have been different.
Yeah, I mean, presidencies for sure would have been different. I mean, like, you might have seen an alternate universe. That's what I was thinking. Like, what if Al Gore was president? I'm just like, huh. Like, I mean, like,
hey, I don't know much about Al Gore to say how good he would have been. I just know the climate thing.
I mean, I think he was pretty progressive when it came to things like that. I think we might be greener nowadays. That might be something we would have.
He made the videos and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the climate change videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much what I know him for. I remember my sister talking about it when I was younger, but I don't know. He could be a dumbass too, for all I know.
I remember that. I remember like they also had like the Futurama clip in there when they were just explaining it. They were like they used a Futurama clip to explain where like every year we drop a big ice cube in the ocean to keep it from cooling. Or every year the sea levels get higher and higher. It was like, but it's like the only way we can sustain.
Wouldn't it be funny if like it was possible to go back to like, I don't know, 1990 or something, right? And it shows you.
I don't want to lay it back down for you. You know, I was thinking about it. You saw me eye it up. I was like, should I do this? Nah.
You go
Also,
back to what, 19 whatever,
what for
1990, right? And you can see it played out to 2020, and each time the other president selected, but the same exact events happen.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That was a cool video you said with the old dude though, you know, where he was talking about it. I mean, it was the very beginning part. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but he was talking. He was just like,
Yeah, I only sent you one too because that was
yeah,
actually
that was the one. It was he mentioned it. There
that
was
was the
one before
second one.
that.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
Second was really cool.
I remember he was talking. He was like, younger generation, they get it, you know. The system is corrupt. You know, just going down that
Yeah,
tangent.
well, it's
You know
like
what I'm
you
saying?
see how much we waste and
Yeah,
how much greed they have.
yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, yeah. I listened to all of it, but so I gotta finish it up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but that
Yeah,
guy
he
was
got some.
definitely
He
cool.
got some. I mean, obviously, he's got some different opinions. Like he didn't believe
Yeah.
in. He had an abortion video and
I'll tell you
shit.
another cool one I found that was circulating a while ago was that it was a YouTube channel. It was like Dad Does or Dad Help or something like that. It was just a dad
Yeah.
showing basic dad things.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's pretty cool. You know, I like ideas like that. You know, because I mean they're outside the box and it's like
Yeah, I do.
you know.
I just thought it was cool because I
Bro,
never knew about that guy's video, that old man's video.
I'll tell you
He
one I
died.
watched. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
That's why if
RIP.
you read the comments, it's like his
RIP, man.
knowledge still lives on.
Yeah, I remember. I watched this one recently. It was this girl giving her dad a Father's Day present, and it was all the what it was a frame picture of them, like pretty much younger, where like she was like 4 or something, and it was just him and her. And circled around it were these notes that he had written for her throughout college and like lunches, boxes, and stuff. And she saved them all. And it was all framed on the picture, and he's just crying, bro. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, bro,
Bro.
I almost
I
got
thought
me,
you was about to
man.
say what I was about to say,
Oh
dude.
my
When
god, man. I was
you
like,
want to talk about some shit that fucks me up is when they do it, like they do shit like that, but it's adoption papers,
oh yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Oh,
bro.
bro.
Soldier,
Soldier coming
yeah,
home to
videos
their kids
also
and
get
shit. Yeah,
also
those are
get
good
man.
ones.
Or it's like,
Those are good ones.
or like you see like the brother.
I just feel
surprise
like the
younger brother.
adoption ones are like they're just a very deep thing,
Hell yeah,
to
bro.
be like,
Symbolism.
I want you. It's a big thing for a man to raise another man's kid. Like
Yeah.
that's difficult for me to process. Like I couldn't see me doing that. Right? It's not something I want to do. It sounds bad, but it's like personally, I don't want to raise someone else's kids. I don't.
yeah.
It sounds bad, but I
feel you.
don't. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Like
I see you.
obviously, you walk into times where it fits.
Yeah.
And you might not have a kid, and that girl might have a kid, but it's just you like it.
Yeah.
And whatever makes you happy is gonna make you happy. And I get it, but especially because eventually they build a family and you become, more. Like you
Yeah.
become one family basically.
Especially at that
But
point you raise them,
what about if like the girl had 3 kids, And you get with her, it's like, damn.
I'm working hard out here, man. That's the other thing is that like, it's like especially when it comes to dealing with like, older kids and you didn't get the person who raised them, it's like they'll do things and you're like,
oh yeah, that's even tougher. Yeah, if anything, you
that's
actually probably do want younger kids, right?
yeah, oh yeah, 100%. So
Yeah.
at least instill your values into them. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds bad, but
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because I mean, like there'll be some really bad ones. It's like,
Dude,
you
I'll tell you a crazy thing, right?
So
I've
many things
got
that happen
so
right
many
now.
of these crime stories. It's like, man, dude. One time at this getaway for girls, right? It's a stayover camp. 3 of them get abducted, and they get found that they got killed and shit. So they think they found the guy, right? They got everything pinned on this guy. They got semen at this place, and the thing that ends up getting him off is the fact that he had a vasectomy 2 years prior, so he couldn't have basically came, which was weird because I thought you could still come.
You can't. You can still bust a load.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have cum in it, and they can't test that. I don't know how it works, but
Well, I know your sperms don't come
so
out.
listen,
So.
he gets off. He ends up raping and killing another girl and gets like life in prison and dies in prison and shit. But when he dies, they examine his body. He gets an autopsy. His vasectomy never took, bro.
Cool.
And that was like the one thing that got him off, dude. It's crazy,
And
bro.
never fucking
It
took.
never
What
took,
the
bro.
fuck,
And they
man?
did not know that. Sickening.
Yeah, the paper
But
and the papers were there and everything. They thought they did what they,
I'll tell you
they
another
thought they did their police work, man.
I'll tell you who might be the biggest sexual assaulter ever, bro. I started watching the Larry Nance doc. You remember him?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I did not know how deep that went, dude. That's pretty sick, bro. When you really hear about it, bro, you should definitely check it out.
All the way to the youth recruitment level.
Dude, they had some weird shit going on in USA Olympics, dude. Like it's deep, bro. They did not report sexual assault claims, dude. Yo, they had 98, I believe it was, sexual assault file claims that never got reported, dude. And there's just one girl's parents who stayed consistent
That's
and
what.
multiple people came forward, dude. It's insane. So he starts like, here's the thing, right? It was the perfect situation for this motherfucker, bro. USA Gymnastics is like a tough thing. It's one of them things where like they believe like the tougher you are, the better you're gonna be. So everyone's mean, dude. There was one person that was nice that would sneak them food, tell jokes and shit. You know what I mean?
Uh
And it
huh.
was the doctor, bro, Larry Nance, bro. So they used to go to this camp that was like to make like the best better, you know? And he was the doctor there, bro. And the parents didn't even know, dude. So this one girl who ends up like being like the main front face for it, she comes forward and she goes to her friend that's there.
Hmm.
And she's like, does he do this to you? And she's like, he does that to me. He does that to everybody. So she tells her mom, he's doing everything basically to these women, dude. Like,
Hmm.
you know, you can imagine basically
Yeah.
everything,
Yep.
penetration, everything to these women. Bro, hundreds of women, dude. Like, it's crazy the numbers they showed you, the numbers per day from when the case first came out to the amount of people that eventually came forward.
Yeah.
Like, in like 3 weeks, it was like 80 people or some shit, dude.
Remember in that one court, there was that father who tried to attack him.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a dad who
I
showed up,
didn't
tried
see
to
that.
attack
That's
him. Yeah.
crazy.
Yep. It's one of them. Yeah.
That-
But with Larry Nance in particular, man, like, it's just like the, I don't want to say it, but it's like the perfect like breeding ground for that type of guy. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You know,
Yep.
and it's disgusting how people look the other way, but like you see it, like, there are people out there who really don't believe that the problem exists. I mean, like, for instance, like today I'm looking at, like, all the articles going around with the Redskins and stuff, and people on their comment, and the first thing I see is, oh, they wanted it, or it's all about the money, blah blah blah, fake news, this that. It's just like, people really don't believe some shit that like goes on like that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the weird thing, bro, about Larry Nance, dude. So he starts getting some files and complaints that that he's basically doing inappropriate things and shit, but they never file it. They just get people to talk to him. So what he does, dude, is he puts up a fucking basically he worked for Michigan State. Michigan State like gymnastics rehab videos, dude, of him doing all of this shit where it would involve like no one ever said nothing. But like if you watch the videos now and you know who he is, like he's clearly inappropriately, I'm good, aggressive with these little girls, these young girls. And like he's doing these things, he does these videos to try and like get people off his back, like, look, I have to touch here. I'll do it right on video. You know? Like it got crazy. At one point they're like,
He went
because
home and masturbated those videos.
dude, so they ended up, yeah. So they ended up like the thing was like once they talked about penetration, they're like, well, nothing should require penetration. So when they bring that up to him, he literally tries to make an excuse, dude, and he's like, well, I have to enter the anal canal when I just, he always tries to use these big words to try and like confuse people about autonomy,
It seemed
basically.
like a professional,
Yeah,
a
he's like, I
doctor.
have to enter anal canal. I grab two in the back of the spine and I have to like adjust it. And they're like, okay, what about vagina? And he's like, he don't know what to say. There's no procedure where you should have to enter the vagina. You know what I mean, dude? And all of these people come forward, bro. And it's sad to see. Like I said, they had like 98 complaints on multiple people, from the teachers of the gymnastics, the coaches, the trainers, the docs. All of them were sexually assaulting women, bro, for tens of years, dude, and getting away with it, bro. So when that lady gets filed, the guy that he gets filed to, he personally calls the parents, the CEO basically of Gymnastics for America. He calls the parents and he's like, we don't call the FBI, we handle this internally. So he waits 10 days to file a report after the time that it's said. And then from there, it takes like 18 months for this investigation to go through. And while like the investigation's going on, the parents are like, what's going on? What's going on? And he's telling them, you can't say nothing because that's going to mess up the investigation, but really it's like there's not a real investigation going on. The investigation is long gone.
Yeah, they're just telling them, be
He's
quiet, be
yeah,
quiet, be
basically
quiet,
just telling them
lying.
like, oh yeah, they're working on it, like. And meanwhile, she's still seeing this doctor and shit. Other people are coming forward. Like, it's just crazy on how it was really allowed, dude. And there's a lot more people that should have went to jail than
But
Larry
didn't.
Nassar,
But didn't.
but he just was basically the scapegoat of it because, well, not scapegoat because he did the most that we know of. Who knows?
He was part of that system. He was
Yeah.
part of the system, and
he's got a reason to touch them,
exactly. And
doing
it
rehab.
shines light on like the bigger thing at play right there. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, what like, I mean, like, that's where you would want to go. You know what I'm saying? In that profession.
Yeah.
If you want to
See, that's one of the
abuse
things
the
for
girls, man.
for sure. It's for sure is, right? But, like, the weird thing is to me is you never wanna say, like, "I woulda did this," but I like to think that you think that that I would not have carried like that, but, like, so your daughter, your 16-year-old daughter comes forward and says, "When I was at this camp, a doctor that I didn't even know was there sexually basically, molested her." Now, he continues to work on her. And other girls, bro. As soon as my daughter told me that, there could be whatever investigation you want. I'm okay. Okay, we're going back there, right? Where are we going? We're going to we're going to your next treatment, right? We're gonna play it cool. We're going to your next treatment, and I'm fitting to do damage, bro. Like I'm gonna fucking damage this guy, dude, and then they could do an investigation later. To figure it out, bro. They can whatever you want to do. There's no way my daughter is seeing this guy ever again. There's no way, bro.
That's
It's
what I'm
only
saying.
gonna be through a TV screen.
That's what I don't understand, man. Is like they continue to allow him to go back. There's an investigation going on that's long gone, and this guy's still working there, and you're still sending them back. Like, it's just like, what?
Some people you hear, you just can't believe it, man.
First fucking complaint that comes up, and it's like, you're done. You know what I'm saying? You're done, and I'm going the fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like, it's like,
it makes me think.
Stay by quiet.
When I think about that, I know you didn't. I don't think. Well, I think you've seen, but Gone in Plain Sight or Missing in Plain Sight, the Netflix doc. Well, it's one guy, bro. He fucks the wife, right? The wife cheats on the husband for him. He fucks the wife. Then he molests and rapes the daughter. And then he gets the father to blow him. Yeah, you just heard that right.
Say that one more time.
He gets the wife to cheat on the husband. The wife fucks him. He uses that to rape the daughter, right? And molest the daughter for years, over and over. Okay. And then he gets the dad to blow him in a car. In the car, bro. So the wife don't want to say nothing about the daughter because she fucked him. You know what I mean? And she don't want that to come to light. And the dad don't want to say nothing because he sucked his dick. So he don't want to say nothing. And the daughter don't want to say nothing because she knows her mom fucked him and her dad sucked his dick. It's crazy. I mean, it's funny. It's like comical, but it's really crazy just to think about like how gullible people could really be, bro. I remember when that came out, like everybody was just like, "What?"
I remember that one coming out. I don't remember seeing the doc, but I mean, I remember that coming out.
Yeah,
I remember everyone being like, "Wait, hold up!" Everyone, wait, hold up. What in that? Like, what the fuck?
He's like, because it was like something like he needed to be like sexually released or something.
Did they all get raped?
Yeah, dude. Well, the dad
didn't.
Wait,
hold on.
So when the dad went, listen, when
you sent me this video,
when the dad went, bro, he was there to talk about why the guy had been taking his daughter and to stop fucking with his wife, and he ended up blowing him. Which is like, what?
I think I remember seeing this now, man. I think
it was a famous meme, dude, of the old man in a chair.
I think we talked about it before because I remember they were talking. Yeah, I remember they were talking. Yeah, bro. I remember this one now.
It's crazy, bro. He's like, he pulled out his dick and like, was like, I need to be sexually released. Like, that's literally what he said. And he just fucking like gave him a hand job and blew him. I'm just like, bro. Like, I heard one of the crime junkie story where like this kid goes missing for 9 days, bro. And the mother legit thinks this guy still has her daughter. This guy, like this family friend that always comes and takes her daughter places. She was supposed to stay one night with him, and he ended up staying 9 days. And she never reports it or nothing. And she never thinks nothing's wrong. Like, apparently, like, she actually loves her daughter, but she literally legit doesn't think nothing's wrong. She just thinks, like, I don't know. She can't get in contact with them or nothing. But she's just like, he's, she must have him. Never calls the cops, bro.
And what happens?
Gullible is what happens. Well, they ended up catching the guy. He killed his fucking girl. He ran away with this little girl, molesting her and raping her, kills his wife in one hotel, takes her on a whole nother trip. They ended up finding that he killed her, and he ended up killing himself. He didn't even get caught. He killed himself.
That's what I'm saying, man. The level of like just like ignorance, and just like that people can, just like attain and just be so like naive and gullible.
So
just like
gullible.
It's like how people work, man. What people are really capable of doing, and what they're capable of like not doing, and that one's just not thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be so like ignorant that you're not calling the cops on like like for your child missing or not being able to be in contact with them for 9 days and whatnot. Just like it's pretty absurd to like try and think about the logical ladder and hoops she had to jump through herself to like convince herself that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and just think that everything's okay.
Like just be like, oh, you don't want to call the cops because like it could be fake. Just like. Or like, not everyone could be all right. So how do I call the cops? Keep talking yourself out of it or whatever the case may be. Or you just literally are just sitting there just like, everything's cool. Huh, I wonder what's going on. Everything's fine. It's whatever. Like, how
at that point, you're a bad parent.
How dumb can you be? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You're just a dumb person at that point. Like, you gotta be dumb. Yeah. I'm not sure what else could make a person do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, see, that's always go back to. Like, obviously, it's not the best thing to think about, but I do think about this shit. I like to think what was trying to go through people's brains. And just like, there's some people who can do things and obviously it don't sting them, but like there's people who do bad things who are also conscious of what they're doing.
Right.
So it's just crazy. Like I try and, as weird as it sounds, put myself in this position of this guy.
Yeah, it does sound weird.
He abducted this little girl, basically. He's running across the state with her in hotels. He's in his hotel with his girl and this abducted little girl. And he shoots his wife and kills her over. They never found out what because they never got to talk to him, like I said.
Right.
So he kills her. And just right there, just picture like, what the fuck is going through this guy's head? He just killed his wife with a fucking gun. And he's got an abducted fucking little girl on him in the middle of a motel.
Yep.
Like, the things that, like, I know how my head works when, like, I don't do the best caulk job. You know? So I think about, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, I would be fucked up, bro.
Exactly. You're just like, holy fuck.
Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm shooting myself in the fucking head. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, there's always like some type of shit like at work that I worry about. I'll be like, oh man, like that's gonna come back to bite me in the ass. I know it is. Like that's not. I don't.
And nothing happens.
Crazy. Nothing's ever even like I didn't do anything illegal. Nothing happened. Everything's fine. But like you just killed someone. And you have an abducted little girl here. It's just like
for me, it's like that with the red lights when they're going red. I'm just like, I know they got me. I'm never gonna take it. I'm like, oh, guess not. You know?
I always get got, bro. I had I break out a red light ticket in the car the other day. And you can go and look at the video that they watched on his website. So I go to do it just to see what happened. She was like, no, that's fucked up because we were going back and forth. And she was like, no, it's messed up. It's red, but there's no turn on. There's no turn on red sign. So I was fine. You know, I'm like, they have to send a little pamphlet, a little handout in the mail too that says, you know, if you are going to turn right on red, you have to come to a full complete stop before the crosswalk or at the stop line. You know, or before you enter the intersection and then make the right turn. So I'm just like, all right, let's watch the video, you know? So we go watch the video. And it's funny as she's coming up, it's yellow, it goes red. She comes up, she never once stops, just hits the right, just keeps going. I'm just like, it's like she's probably going like around 15, 20 miles an hour. I'm just geeking because she never once stops at all. So like as soon as we both play it, I look at her, we just start like die laughing and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I wish I would have seen the video because Kay has the same thing, bro, over on Dundalk Ave. When you're back in the right, like towards the ODH pharmacy and shit, like right there, it's it doesn't say no turn on red, but she got a ticket right there. And she's like, all it does is like the turn on there. And like, I've never seen a video, but I've seen a picture.
Yeah.
So I always had the theory. I was like, you probably were going too fast. You didn't stop, which I'm sure same day she didn't stop.
I remember that was the funny thing, like, because like when we were going back and forth on it, I was just holding the hand out and she was talking and she was like, nah, that's bullshit. Cause just like, I made the turn on red. I'm sitting there reading it. I'm just like, be aware before, going to court for it that, you got to make a stop. It outlines all the different things. I'm sure because everyone goes in with the same shit, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, well, I think they got you here. So let's go see the video.
Funny as shit, bro. It's so funny, bro.
I was geeking so hard. I was just like, all right, like.
It's funny when you got two people that drive the same car. You're always trying to figure out who got the ticket.
Oh, this was near her job. It was plus it was biking.
That's
biking.
Right.
Like,
but there's been times of me a carriage job. I'm like, what time was that?
Yeah.
8:17. I'd been dropped it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember there were two,
I wasn't even on O'Donnell.
First 2 ones I covered for her real quick, and I was like, because they were just speeding. That's cheaper than the red light. So this one goes over. I was just like, this was you. This is all you. This is like, this is all you. I'm sorry.
You did that.
I haven't been driving. I wasn't driving at all. It's all you right here. I was like, I haven't even been driving the bitch.
You directly did that.
That's all. So I'm saying, it's like, so I was just geeking. Because I kept playing the video back and forth. And I was just like, this is perfect. Now that I know that you can watch the videos, because that was the first time I did it. I'm gonna do it every time now.
Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering if that video is still on there, if I can see it.
You gotta go. You find the link, and it should be, because they log them all themselves, So
I like it. So I want to see that.
That's one thing that's weird to me, is that, like, you just have this camera hooked up. There's a wire that runs all the way from that camera all the way back to the little station where you view it at. And I'm just like, it's just, what the fuck?
I'm so torn on it, because, like, okay, say if you were, the governor or the mayor of a city, would you have speed cameras?
You need money, especially Baltimore City. That's how bad I'm doing financially.
So it's about financial for you?
Oh, that's what else could it? Oh,
actually slowing someone down out front of a school?
It's a revenue. Yeah, true. But,
So that's why I'm torn, because I'm like, some spots they put it in, like
schools make sense.
Like the one that's over by
if you speed in the school zone, you're a dick. Like, come on.
Armstead, the one that's like over by Armstead. Like, it's literally, they set it up where it's right over top of the hill as you're coming down, basically. Yeah. I'm like, you're setting people up to go at least 10 miles faster right there. And you only take like 12 to get me. So you're setting people up. But like the ones that are out front of schools, you're like, okay, well, I do want people to slow down, because you see how some people drive, dude. Yep. Like, bro, driving like as a commercial vehicle, it's like people really just whore me all day. Like, the shit that I'll be like today I'm at a stop sign, bro. I stop. I look both ways, because you got to be extra safe in this thing. They're trying to get me for any reason, Yeah. I stop. I look both ways. As I'm about to go, the car behind me just skirts out from behind me and goes in front of me and like skips the stop sign. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? I don't even know if a car was coming. Like, it could have been. What if I was about to get hit? Now it's you. You know what I mean? Like,
I was getting sketchy earlier on the bike, because I was coming down Pratt Street right there, and it was at the stop right across from the gallery. There's 2 buses there. It's a red light, so I'm trying to hurry up and get in front of those buses real quick. While I'm along the second bus, it starts turning green, so I'm just sitting. I'm like, fuck, because it's a red light. It's 5 o'clock traffic. So there's 2 buses right here. I'm splitting the lanes between the buses, and there's a line of cars. So I'm sitting. I'm just like, all right, well, I just start getting it real quick. The bus driver, thankfully, he sees me, so he's not taking off. A little bit. No, he didn't even take off. He sees me coming up. So like, I immediately got in front of him and then went over. And
gotcha.
From there, I was just like, I don't really like we doing that anymore. I was just like, I had the time. I was just like, nah, that's I'm not doing that anymore. Being next to those big ass buses on that bike road, scary shit. It's just like, nah, I'm straight. I'll wait behind the bus, because it always sucks because I did it twice already. And all you do is just get that like nasty ass heat and smoke that be getting out. Just be like,
that makes me just think about just getting hit by a car. Period. You ever got hit?
No.
Okay, I've been hit twice, right? So listen to these 2 stories, right? I swear to God, these are true stories. I swear on everything that I love, bro. First time I got hit, I lived in El Reno, and I just got a bike. And right out front of the dentist's office, there was like a break in the concrete that would like let you hit into the street and get some air. Mm-hmm. So I used to just keep hitting that over and over and over. So one time I'm flying down El Reno, full speed, bro, and I hit this thing, and like I didn't see no cars. Like I would always look, but I didn't see no cars. I hit this thing, and like I'm in midair, bro, and a car literally comes by and hits me on the front tire, bro, and just like corkscrews my ass, dude, with my bike, bro.
You're a kid, you bounce though.
Yeah, bro. So I land on the ground, and I'm just like, the car drives off, bro. Hits Eastern Ave and just dips, dude. And I'm just sitting there with my bike on the ground, my brand new mongoose. The car just dips off.
You were okay though, right?
I mean, I had some scratches, but I was okay. My bike got a little damaged, though. That's all I was about.
Yeah, because when you sit there, you're just like,
I was like, my bike.
My bike. You look at the bike.
So then the second time I got hit, right? I'm coming outside. I just got done talking to Justin. I come outside of Southeast where the buses used to be, and I'm coming between two buses right there to walk across the street. And like literally as I'm walking, like you're using all your senses to try and hear. I hear nothing. As I take that step, bro, I just hear like that sound of the acceleration. And when I look to the right, bro, I don't know if you remember, but it was the special ed teacher who used to have the cornrows, the black guy.
Yeah.
He smacked me on my leg, bro, right here on my leg. And he drove like 10 feet. So I'm on the ground and like he barely clipped me, but enough to like send me spinning.
Yeah.
And I'm on the ground and like he goes to get out of the car. He looks back. He closes the car and dips off too, bro. Both times I got hit, the guys dipped off.
That wants to deal with injured kids,
dude. The special ed teacher hit me and dipped off, bro.
Yeah,
it was. I couldn't. Every time I tell that story, I just can't believe it. I'm just like,
no one wants to deal with hitting a kid.
No one wants to deal with hitting a kid.
No
They're just like, it's you figure it out. How you gonna tell the story if I ain't here?
It's a lawsuit.
No one will believe. No one will believe you. He looked around. He's just like.
My nephew got hit by a car. He didn't get hit too badly, but they filed a lawsuit. He got a little bit of money out of it.
Yeah, it's just scary, man. How people are driving, bro. Like it's just petrifying, bro.
That's what worries me when traffic goes back to normal. Because right now it's not normal traffic. Traffic's thin. It's moving.
But you see people really getting it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of cars in and out of traffic because there's room.
I don't do that, but definitely speed.
I speed a little bit. I don't speed it, brother. Though. Like if it's 60, I go 70, 75.
Yeah.
See, my thing is I'm a fan of just letting it. Sometimes I like to rest my foot. So I'll go up to like about 80 and then take my foot off the gas, I just let it flow for a sec, throw cruise on.
Especially recently, I was using 695 in the fast lane. Open lanes, I was doing 90. I'm just banging 90.
Yeah, it's rare I got to 90.
Yeah, that's pretty. I would say it's like if it's open traffic on a highway, that's usually what I do. But
yeah,
I just sit in the fast lane though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not weaving in and out. If I go in those middle lanes, it drops.
And that's what it's about, man.
It drops dramatically.
When as soon as you fucking start weaving, like that's the shit that really gets you in trouble.
That's what I don't do anything sketchy. The sketchiest thing I do is the speeding.
The fastest we always drive is back from vacation. You just hate to drive back from vacation. You're just like, fuck it, take me home. It's better than to drive.
I'll do much speeding in one lane streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't come speeding down Eastern Avenue or nothing.
Oh, hell no.
But I mean, like, if I go on Eastern Avenue where it opens up to 2 lanes, it's like, I might get up to like 40, 45.
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Speed limit's like 35.
I might come, like, if I come on Route 40, we're coming around overpass, I might hit 50, 55, 60 on that bitch.
Yeah, I go technically
but I don't do anything crazy, man.
But I'm not gonna blow it out of the water.
I'm not anything crazy, man. I won't.
And like you said, I'm not gonna also do it when I'm in traffic or something. I'm not gonna go up to 90 or some shit.
Yeah, it's like when someone weaves in front of me, I'm just like, look at this guy, I'm a fucking asshole.
When I see that, I just fear for children.
It was like the one thing.
It's like, wow, you're killing kids.
What just happened yesterday was like those guys running from the cops, and they T-boned that woman and killed her. Running from the cops. Yeah,
that's crazy.
The car was wrecked, bro.
That's so sad, dude. That could happen to anyone.
Yep,
could literally happen to anyone.
The whole driver's side was caved, man. I've actually come close to hitting a couple kids in my neighborhood. And I was like, there was one. I'm coming down Tonal Street, and on Tonal Street, there's no stop signs as you cross Foster Avenue with the downhill one way. So like, I'm driving. I'm going, it. Well, no. I'm going 15, 20. It's like standard speed.
Right.
So right before I get into the intersection, these kids blow by on bikes and shit. I immediately like brake real quick. Nothing crazy because I wasn't going that fast.
Right.
I'm sitting there.
Thank God you weren't.
Yeah, I mean, like the one kid stopped. I'm just like, y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all gotta be careful. Are you good?
It just makes me think about like with Jeff's accident, bro.
Yeah.
Like all it was they was at that one red light.
Yep.
That day.
Yep.
One red light that day had that happen there, and they were at it.
Yep.
It's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely mind-boggling. The odds of them being in that spot are so low. Like, you're talking about less than 1% chance that they're at the one red light that day.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think
what
about
are the
it,
odds, dude? 1 in a million? I mean,
bro.
literally, how many times does it go red in a day?
So I think about it a lot because I remember that day. I didn't know what happened till the next morning, but I remember that day because, um, I had to go to the store for my grandmother, but Gabby and Jeff had both hit me up, and I was gonna go chill with them. I was just like, all right, I'll be there as soon as I'm done the grocery shopping. So I get ready to go up there like around 7:15, 7:30. I'm just driving them, texting them, just like, hey, where you at? I'll be through. And I was like, all right, we're doing this blunt ride real quick. We'll be right back. And I was like, all right, cool. I forgot what I ended up doing. I think I ended up just going home or some shit. But I mean, like that was the pretty much the lead up to the point of like them like taking that ride and shit. And it was just like just crazy thing. Where it's
Mm,
just like, oh wait up for me or some shit, or or just they leave a little bit earlier or some shit. It's just like man, crazy, man. Just like the pinpoint time and place you gotta be in a situation like that. You know, everything, the timing of
bro,
which they left, the timing of which they arrived at late, just like it's so insane.
that
Yeah,
memory brings tears to my eyes, bro. It's a really bad memory, man. I'll always remember it because it's on Kay's birthday. So I just remember like how it went down so clear as I seen him the night before. Came up to Eastwood. That's when I lived on Charlotte, and I seen all of them hanging out, and we just chilled for a little bit, and I dipped off. And the next day, we were supposed to link up, and this is back when people would call Jeff's house. I remember everybody called Jeff's house like to get him.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, and bro, I will never forget this to the day that I die, bro. I remember we was in the basement, like we was turning up a little bit pre-gaming, and like we're just sitting there on the couch, and I'd called Jeff. I called Jeff's house, and his dad was like, "Jeff's not here right now. He's out." And him and Gabby, was real cool. And I remember like when I was on the couch, bro, Kay just looked at me and she was like, "Mike, Gabby's dead." And I'm just like, "What the fuck?" Like, I couldn't even process it, and I'm just sitting there like processing all these emotions. And then like she's just like, "Is Jeff with her?" So then that's when it hits me, and I'm like, "Oh my God. He probably is with her, bro." Like
yeah,
they were hanging out so much.
yeah,
It's so crazy. And I remember I called back his house and I like no one's answering. So I call like 5 times in a row, bro. And then his dad answered. And I'm like, "Is Jeff there?" And his dad was like, "Jeff just got in a horrific car accident. We can't talk right now." I just always remember that sequence of
yeah,
events, bro, of just like when you get that news like that, bro. Like I've had people break news like that, a couple of them hit, but like that one really fucking hit where you're just like, "What the fuck, bro?"
yeah,
And then like all of them just being such good people, like
yeah.
Gabby and Jeff are like some of the nicest people you ever meet in your life.
I remember, cause I didn't know what happened that night. I remember I went home. I passed out like really early. It was like 9 o'clock or some shit. I went to sleep. I remember waking up. I went all the way to work, and it was like 8:20. I'm sitting there getting ready to go to work, so I get on Facebook real quick, and I see all this shit being shared, all the different things, and like I eventually put together, everyone's on Jeff's wall and stuff, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And I read the news article that they had about it, and they talked to two people, and they named the two people that had passed at the time, and I was just been like, what the hell? I go into work, I tell them I can't be here, I gotta leave. So I remember I left, and um, I remember I went to the hospital, and I remember as I was going in, Jeff's dad and Jeff's mom was coming out, and they were just talking. I remember them talking to me, and they were just like, his mom pretty much, I mean, couldn't even really speak anything, but his dad was there, and he was just like, he told me that, like, he was like, yeah, you're allowed to go in and see him, and just,
Mm.
blah, blah, he's not awake right now.
Yeah, I remember that because I called you that night, but you were
I was
already
out, yeah, I
sleeping.
was out,
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember his dad was just like, all of his friends are amazing. It's just like they were there. They were in the emergency room all
Yeah,
night.
man.
They
So
were there.
we all went up there as quick as we can, bro. We were deep as shit up
Yeah,
there, and we're all just like sitting there, just waiting on the news, like don't really know what happened. Bro, I remember that doctor came in there and like told us what he had to do, like the surgery, yo. Bro, I have not cried like that, yo, since I was a fucking kid, bro. Like
yeah,
that shit was heartbreaking to hear. I'm just like, to my boy Jeff, like
yeah,
of everyone, bro, like just really feeling for him, man.
yeah.
Just so felt
I
still
remember.
just
I remember that was the wildest
just
thing.
a
Was like
really tough one, man.
I remember when I went in there. Like
It
I
did
didn't even stay that long. Like no one was in there. I remember I went in the room and he was there. He was pretty much sleeping. He was knocked out. So like I was just like, damn man.
man, definitely bounced back strong.
That's the thing. I went the
Bounced back
next
strong.
day. I went the very next day
Yeah,
after that, bro. And I remember he was just like, I walk in, I'm just like, like he didn't have anything on him or anything. He was unhooked now and everything. He was just chilling there. I remember he was sleeping. I remember like going in. He just pops up. He's like, "Oh shit, what's up, Steve? What's going on?" I'm just like,
crazy.
"What the fuck, bro? Bro, I walked in here yesterday. You weren't even breathing on your own. Like it's just
It's
like."
wild, ain't it?
And I
The
was just
human
like, "Oh
body.
my god!" I was just like, it was absolutely wild, man.
And like that, I still feel anger from that because it's just like what I was saying, where it's like it's the perfect example of like what two dumbasses or one dumbass behind the wheel can do,
Yeah,
man. Like I think they said he was going like what 90 miles an hour or some
yeah,
shit right there, bro, and
yeah.
came from like one lane all the way to the other. He must have been trying to make that left and been all the way in the right lane. You know what I mean? He just was like and lost control of that bitch, man. You're just
Yeah,
like,
bigger.
you fucking idiot.
It was a minivan, and they were in the Honda Prelude coupe,
At his
a
dead
little car
stop,
at a
you
dead
know?
stop, exactly. And they hit
Just
him
take it
90,
all in the back.
90 miles an hour in a huge vehicle, bro.
I hate thinking about it, bro. It's just so fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, it's been
I
so
can't
long
believe
now.
that guy didn't get life, bro. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. There's nothing. It doesn't matter. You could be sober. You gotta do life.
you killed two people.
You kill two. It's 210 murders too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You
yeah,
barely escaped 4 murders.
yeah,
He's like, you should be in jail for life. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. I'm not sorry in their instance, but I'm saying, and no matter what instance it is, if you kill people like that, anybody, one person like that, you gotta die. You don't get a life neither. It's not even about is this like, do you deserve to die for this? It is too belligerent. It's
yeah.
too, uh,
There's too much death. There's too much death at your cause, at your hands
it's
right now,
too
man.
intentional.
Like,
You know what I mean? So, but when you hear about the speed, I remember
yeah,
going there, bro, and you can see the brake tracks all the way across North Point, bro.
yeah,
You could see how fast they were going. Like
yeah.
it's absurd how fast they were going,
I
dude.
remember the
And
pic.
then they flee the scene,
I
and
remember
they're on drugs. Like, I mean, come on.
like the picture of the article where like when I first opened it up and seen it, it just had the car there with like the tarp over. It was just like, oh my,
And that
it was
guy's out
yeah.
now. You know
He's
that?
out. Yeah, he's
He's
out now.
out.
Yeah,
That guy's out.
I think he did like 5 years or some
That
shit.
guy's out, and he killed 2 people
Yeah.
and tried to kill 2 other ones.
Yep.
It's insane. The justice system is insane, man. How? If he is out, Steve, how is it that quick? That's ridiculous.
That's two. That's not long
Or
enough. Nowhere near long
you
enough,
didn't even
man.
do 10.
Exactly. Did like 5 years.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. It's
High and kill
it's
people.
it's disgusting. It's sick.
And
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
okay. You know what I mean? He doesn't have no lasting injuries from that crash. He's okay.
Probably doesn't even think about it.
Doesn't even think about it. Still getting high.
Exactly.
With the
Fucking-
same bitch. Still getting high, bro.
I feel you, man. You gotta do. They
Crazy, man.
deserve
Makes you just
life,
want to
bro.
find that motherfucker
Yeah.
and kill him, bro.
Yeah.
And just beat his shit in.
I feel like some people might have. I don't even know, man. He might got caught up somewhere. Maybe probably
Beat
not
his ass
killed.
every time you see him. I don't know
Yeah.
what else to do. It's crazy. It's just so absurd, bro. Could you imagine being that girl's parents, dude? And you see this guy at the supermarket? He lives here.
Yeah.
You don't even make him leave or nothing. Like, You just send him back out there in the same cycle of society of people that dealt with the trauma that he caused? It's insane. And then you would charge someone if they retaliated? The fuck? What the fuck kind of system is this?
Yeah, it's backwards, man. People
People
don't.
sell a kilo and get more time.
There's just no value for life, man. It's just so wild, like, you can
They value their life.
you can intentionally murder someone and their family's life. You know what
They
I'm saying?
value
Like,
their life.
you know,
It's like, man, I wish there was a way we could test empathy because you want 100% for your judges. You know what I mean? You want them to understand where someone's coming from. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. You're going to see that from your empathetic
Yeah.
standpoint too.
Yeah.
But when you see something like that, you always go to the one question of you can flip anything around, no matter what, a sexual assault allegation, a murder, whatever it is, flip it around and go, what if that was your sister, your daughter, your mother? How could you wouldn't want that? That's not justice. It's crazy, bro. It's so sad.
Yeah. It's wild that we went down this road, man, because it really is.
I'll
sad
kill
and
you, bro.
disgusting, man.
If I was one of their fathers, bro, I would not blame them for strangling that man in the middle of a fucking wise.
They deserve death. You know what I'm saying? Any form of retaliation, is just not enough. Without that person's life, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's crazy, like you said, thinking
His
about it. 'Cause I haven't thought about the entire case like that in a while, and just thinking like he's out now. Like it's absurd, man. It's just and I mean, I believe they found that he was high at the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
How? How? Like literally how? So if at the very least you have manslaughter, right? You have second-degree murder,
vehicular,
vehicle man, and 2 attempt murders. You're talking about someone who had to get life-saving surgery.
I'm not sure what they actually hit him with. It might not have even hit him. I mean, it would be seeming insane that they didn't charge him with anything but manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? Like
at the very least,
anything.
At the very least.
But I'm thinking 7 years. It's like either they didn't charge him with that, which is crazy, or they charged him with that and they got 7 years, which is
crazy. They ran him concurrent,
which is crazy. It's like what? Like, but neither of the options right there make fucking sense on how they came to this, time sentence. I mean, I believe he was let out on good behavior for the 5 years or some shit like that. But what is good behavior in a fucking jail? Like, what are you talking about?
That is just so absolutely frustrating, man. That entire case is just absolutely frustrating.
Like you said, has one I haven't thought about in a while, but
just a horrible job by the prosecution team, the judge, the court system, everything, man. Just horrific.
Maybe took a plea.
He definitely took a plea. There's nothing to argue. He was high. You take one picture of that car, and you can see, man, this ain't no regular accident.
That's the problem with the plea system, man. It's like you take a plea when we got the evidence there. It's like
it is just so amazing that people survive that. Just think about that, dude. Think about you taking a hit from a car. You've did 90.
Yeah.
Think about something hitting you at a dead stop in your back, bro.
Yeah.
No one should have lived.
And like I said,
it's so malicious
car as well was like I said, it was like a 90s.
It's a coupe.
It's a 90s Honda Prelude, bro.
It's a coupe.
It's not gonna take anything like that, man. It was a minivan, just like so sorry to both their families, man. And I remember because I have Gabby added on Facebook, and her mom posts every day, on her wall, and it's just I'm so sorry for their families, man. And I remember it was wild because I remember meeting the other girl, and just remembering her looking familiar. Come to find out, I was like, I've seen her at the vet I go to all the time. I go to the vet that she worked on Erdman Animal Hospital. I go there all the time. I remember seeing her, and it's just like wow, because I remember I went there and then they had the picture on the wall. I'm just like, that's crazy, man.
Insane.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm so sorry for both families.
I just can't imagine someone.
They lost, their children, and 2, they didn't get justice.
You raise 9 months in your wife's wound. You have a baby from the time at Google and Gaga, bro. You teach it everything in life, And they get to this point where they want to go live their own life and you can't stop them,
Yeah.
you know? You want to say, I want you at home. I don't want you out there doing that. You want to protect them forever. And you raise them from just the point of they can't do nothing. And you send your baby girl out there into the world to live her life, to do, her individuality. And someone does such a coward, malicious act.
Mhm.
It's just without even the court sentencing or anything, just the fact that it's not even that someone, kidnapped her. You get what I'm saying? Planned it or something, like was robbing her. It's not even an explanation other than the fact that you were just high behind the wheel and you hit someone so cowardly in the back at a dead stop. Like I can't imagine like your baby girl, Like God, bro.
So it's like like the call you never want to hear, the news you never want to get.
I can't imagine it, bro. I can't even imagine that.
Like I said, I can't say anything other than like I just
You just hope it's not real. That's all you can
yeah
do is just hoping it's not real. And then you find out
yeah.
it is. And like they have to identify their daughter. This is a can't even have an open casket, bro.
No.
You took so many things away from them and you get to live. You're out here eating cheesesteaks and getting your dick sucked. Like, that's just absurd to me,
Man,
man.
life. They deserve life. They deserve death.
That makes
The only thing I'll bring it, I mean,
makes me want to track this motherfucker
even then,
down.
one of his like his own life is nowhere near the worth of those two other souls he took. You know what I'm saying? So even in death,
A fiend.
it's like there'll never be a
Yeah,
fit
you could
punishment.
slice his throat in the middle of North Point Boulevard if things ain't equal.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean? You could
know,
never make it equal, bro. But
you can kill him and the passenger. It's not equal.
yeah.
So,
And then, like, I mean, as they tell the story of them, fleeing the scene and running over and throwing things away, that's as the story goes. Like, what else do you need?
mm-hmm.
Like, is that a cop out? Like, recently there was the other story where that woman was found with like 59 bottles of opiates in her truck and she hit that little 13-year-old girl.
Yeah,
She drug her like fucking 10 yards, bro. Not 10 yards, like 10 literally house yards. Like through houses, dude. She drug her underneath of her truck after
I
she
think
hit her.
they had a video of that.
I didn't see video, and I
I'm
don't
not
know if I
sure.
even want to see
No,
that.
I
And
wouldn't want to see that.
she's out because of COVID, bro. She's out right now to her court case.
Ridiculous.
That's insane. Another one. She OD'd. They brought her back to life, bro. They used
Yeah, I remember that.
Narcan on
Yeah,
her,
yeah, I
dude.
remember that story. Yep.
They used
There
Narcan
was
and brought this bitch back so
there was
she can
one
get
here.
parole.
There's one here in Baltimore. There's a prominent member. She was a prominent member in the Archdiocese of Baltimore, and she ran over that biker, that cyclist, New Year's Eve or something, drunk as fuck, and just kept driving. And eventually, she got arrested for it, but she got let off. No time.
Wow, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I remember she got let off for it. Either that or she did very little time. Pretty much got let off for it. Killed someone drunk driving here in Baltimore. Yep. That's
Sick.
yeah. That's one. I remember because
But
I
like,
was.
we always argue the law and shit though, bro. But like when it's so obvious and the law still fails you, Steve, what else can you do but take the law into your hands?
Let's see. Let's see. That's ex-bishop Heather Cook released from prison after her serving half a sentence for a fatal drunk driving incident. I wonder what the time is. For
3
2014,
years.
served just
3.5
over
years.
half of this. She had 7 years, so she served 3.5. Striking a Baltimore bicyclist with her car while driving drunk 2 days after Christmas in 2014.
And she did 3.5 years.
Yep. Father of 2.
Took a father away
Yep.
from his 2 children when he's out there just trying to get an exercise in. Exercising.
And she ran. She
to be a
ran.
healthy man for his children.
She ran, and I believe that she
And
drugged
you
the guy.
fleed the scene.
She drugged the guy because she was trying to run, and that will ultimately, killed him.
What do we do when the system fails us, Steven?
People gotta rise up, take it in their own hands.
What would you do? What would you do if that was your brother?
I mean, it's this. I can't say I'm going after the lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, But you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to.
You wouldn't go after that lady, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't think so, I gotta be honest, just like, just like you see something like that, it's just like, she gets out after 3.5 years, you kill her or do whatever you want to her. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't know.
If someone did to you, Steven, I will take her eyes. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God on everything that I love, dude. If somebody does that to someone I love, I don't think my mind will allow me. It would eat at me. I would I want to kill myself, bro. I would be so fucked up. Someone ran you over while you were biking, dragged you fucking 100 yards and went home and slept. Did 3.5 years and thinks they're gonna come back to this city and walk around? Bro, I would plan this very sophisticated. Like, we're gonna find out where you live. I'm gonna be doing recon, scouting you. I'm breaking into your home, and I'm snatching your fucking eyes out of your fucking head. Oh man, I want you to never see again. You can't drive anymore, bitch. That's why I like the eye thing. It's like if you can't see,
It's a
good
huge
luck
thing, man.
hurting.
It's a huge thing.
It's like
Yeah.
good luck hurting someone when you take their fucking eyes.
Yeah. It's huge, man.
Poke something through your fucking eyes, bitch.
It's huge, and it's just like, man.
Just get out of there.
Taking of the eyes are completely like.
If you're not gonna kill them,
you take someone's sight. It's just like,
yeah, take your fucking eye, bitch.
That's wild, bro. That's so crazy, man. I love it though, man.
I would just be so, dude. And that's just how I feel about you. Like if someone did that to my nephew, if my 16-year-old nephew was riding on his bike, and someone ran him over and got out, bro.
Yeah.
I will take pleasure in this one.
That's where it helps because it's just like I have a nephew.
That can be my life. Yeah. Like that could be my life. That could be the end of my life.
Yeah.
I'll find that person and I'll kill them. And if I got to, I'll kill myself. If the jail sends something crazy, I'll kill myself. It was worth it. There's no way that person's ever gonna get to enjoy it. I just picture them ordering cheesesteak meals.
When you say getting their dick sucked, I was just like,
yeah.
Nah, not my watch, buddy.
I just picture them getting a cheesesteak meal watching cable television, bro.
Not on my watch, buddy. Taking your eyes, taking your dick, cutting it off.
I want to damage you, bro. I want to damage you so bad, man. Could you imagine if we had somebody that edited this video up? It's like that part right there. It's us talking. It's like, I'll take your eyes. I'll take your dick. I want to damage you. I want to damage you so bad.
And like they'll snip some names that we said before into there.
The ones that do with Joe are so funny, bro.
Oh, they're really good.
Yeah, the one I sent you where he's like flirting with that girl. I thought that shit was so funny, man.
There's some where where I love the ones where he's talking to himself. It's like Joe Rogan talks with Rogan.
Yeah. I just thought the one part where he's just like, "How old are you?" It's just like 36. He's like, "Getting up there." Or something. You should probably have kids. It's like the way they did it was like perfect,
Yeah, they're really good too, man.
It's weird that after a woman hits a certain age, all of a sudden, like they're more susceptible to have, problems with their offspring.
Yeah,
it's weird, ain't it? And if you're still producing eggs, like, why are they different? I don't understand. Why is there more susceptible to something like that?
It's just the human body's not meant to be that old.
Why isn't my nut though? My nut's still good to go.
So I was just thinking about the life expectancy just increased recently. You know what I'm saying? Like even up until the 20s, it was like you were only expected to live to your 40s or 50s. So
I can be 60, and give a 18-year-old a kid. An 18-year-old is not going to give a 60-year-old woman.
Yeah, sometimes,
a kid.
Sometimes,
But never is an 18-year-old going to give a 60-year-old a kid.
Yeah, no.
Never.
Once you go through menopause and whatnot, it's done. Yeah.
They got it so bad, don't they?
Isn't that so weird? Yeah. You don't get,
They got it so bad. Even though as weird as this sounds, sometimes I wish Well, it's gonna sound weird, but I mean, obviously, I'm confident, in my woman having a baby. But like, I feel so like control freaky that I do wish like I had the baby. Like obviously, I don't want a vagina.
No, you said
I
that
want to
before.
do the clapping, but
Yeah.
I wish I could control the
Seahorse
pregnancy.
style.
Yeah,
Seahorse style. Where you just give birth. You just give the birth real
I
quick.
was like, I know I'm gonna eat proper. I'm gonna stop smoking, no drinking. I'm gonna have a proper healthy baby here.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No, I feel you on that, man. But thinking
Because
another
you put
part.
a lot of trust in them.
Oh, 100%, man. So you carry their kid. It's just like, I mean, I don't want to have to push it out. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, but at the end of the day, like I know people, right? Where like
I mean,
I don't want to get too personal because you might be able to tell who it is, but I know people who personally were not happy with the things that their woman was doing during birth. And they just like it came to a point where it became an argument. She kept doing it. And he's just like, what can I do? Like at the end of the day, like I can't stop her from doing
I
this.
feel you 100%. I feel you, man.
And ever since I heard that, I've heard that from like 2 people, and I've seen it from multiple other people.
Well, I just think about, because I mean, like their hormones go crazy. Your chemicals are way fucking off. You're gestating a baby inside you. I mean, like
all the reasons you don't need a cigarette.
Out of fucking whack, bro. I mean, I don't know the mentality or the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like
dude, there's no way.
You see it, I've lived with my sister. When she was pregnant, she had 3 kids. My 2 nephews and my niece.
Women.
And it's just wild, man. It's just like
there's no way in hell, bro. There's just no, but
like you just want chocolate covered pickles. It's like
yeah, that's fine.
Well, no, but that's not what I'm saying. But it's like it's like it's weird. Like like your taste buds fundamentally change. Like you're like I'm sitting here.
Do you love your child?
Just sitting there, just like look, that hot pocket smells like absolute shit in my throat. I get it, man. I just don't know, man. It just seems wild.
Do you love your child? Then you don't need a drink. You don't need fucking.
You don't need alcohol. Yeah, alcohol.
You don't need a cigarette.
Alcohol and cigarettes are definitely, but
weed. You don't need a weed.
Oh, no, all that shit, bro. Yeah, 100%. You don't need any of that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about shit like that.
That's fundamental. That's fundamental. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you'd be surprised how many women still smoke cigarettes when they're pregnant.
But when you talk about the healthy eating, I'm just like,
good
luck controlling that.
No.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Even if you were
drinking, if you're drinking, bro. If I was pregnant, bro, I'd probably sit there. I'm just like, look,
eating.
Look,
I'm done, Ryan.
All I know is right now,
I don't bike no more anywhere.
I need pretzel brownies, and that's all I know. It's that specific thing. I gotta have it. Pretzel brownies. I don't know what it is, but that's what I want. Just like
no, I get that. No, I do get that. Obviously, I want you to eat healthy, but I could understand you get cravings like that. I'm talking about the things that are actually we know like going to actually affect this baby. If you put alcohol into your body,
but it's like I sit there and be like, look, you don't drink, I won't smoke weed. I'll do this with you. It's like you want to eat healthy, I'll eat whatever you eat. Like you don't want to be the guy sitting there, putting away a cheesesteak while she's like smashing on some cantaloupes, you know what I'm saying, or some shit. Like, oh, you need to eat healthy. You need to eat healthy.
Well, I'm not that guy, so I feel good in that.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But yes, you're absolutely right. But as far as the weed, I don't know.
You got to eat healthy. I mean, it's just
I'm probably gonna be like, look, once the baby comes, I'm probably not gonna be able to smoke as much. So I'm gonna smoke a lot. But I did say like I definitely would not like smoke in my crib.
Yeah, keep it away from her.
Yeah, for sure. But if your bitch is smoking cigs, then you just put it in the face.
I mean, if you're looking for, if they're looking for support, it's like, hey, it's like, look, you gotta give up something. I'll give up something to show. Let's burn this.
I'll just be judgy. I'll be so judgy. It's like pizza, baby. You ever seen a 1-year-old eat? 1 day-year-old baby eat one pizza.
And you're telling her, you're just like,
pizza really? Delish.
Pizza really? You're gonna eat that?
You want crust? Maybe I'll break that down. I'll break down
crust tomato sauce. Does that work? Does that work?
But yeah, I get that. I get that part. But it's just sad to see what some women do, and also like the fact of, I mean, obviously, I don't want to tell a pregnant woman you're lazy, but a lot of women do use it as a full excuse.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm pregnant, I can't do that. I'm pregnant, I can't do that. You still, I'll tell you someone that really amazed me one time. It's a personal story. I went to 4th of July with Tyler and his baby mother, Destiny. And
my girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't know if you knew her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I remember like we started like on like 40th Street down OC. And we walked all the way down the 1st Street. And she's pregnant with twins. She walked that whole thing. I remember just being like, "Hello, congratulations," you know, we're gonna have a work. Hello, congratulations.
Yeah,
I was just
congratulatory.
like, I can't believe you fucking did that because I
That's a
know
vibe.
so many women who are pregnant are like, I can't walk upstairs to get the lotion or something, you know? It's like, and meanwhile, she wasn't even complaining, dude. She just bopped it and walked up and was like, with twins. I'm like,
She's
okay.
probably hurting, bro. She probably was
She
hurting,
probably
man.
was hurting, but I'm like, she did it,
Yeah.
you know?
Stay in shape, man. Get that shape in. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I was like,
saying?
hell yeah, man. That's how you gotta be.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I mean, you got to exercise. You know, that's the one thing because I mean, you know, because the postpartum depression is real.
Right. And you would also
You
think
know?
that exercising is gonna make birth a little easier somehow,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. That's what they say.
Like
Yeah,
you're just
it's
kind of
good for
used to
you.
that,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
But it is weird when people like are really in shape and pregnant.
bro.
Like you see some celebrities that
bro.
have like no body fat, it's just all like baby bump.
That postpartum depression, bro, man. That shit, like I remember
It's very weird.
I was talking to Bray about it. I remember she was just telling me about that shit. You know, she was like, yeah, like you know, you get some really serious cases, like you know, like as soon as you have that baby, you know, just like you get women that just like they think about killing their kid and shit. You know, think
Yeah.
about killing themselves. Like
Everybody tells me my mom had it, bro, when I was a kid. Like when I came, apparently my mom had it for like 4 months. Or she just like really didn't want to basically take care of me and shit like that. Eventually she grew a love for me, I guess. Well, she always had a love for me, but it's just the
postpartum
depression. Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
so crazy, man. It's so crazy. I mean, your hormones are starting to rebalance, and you're just all
Yeah.
out
I
of
don't think she
fucking
ever thought
whack,
about
man.
killing me or no shit. I hope not.
I mean, you just see
But
some crazy shit.
but
you know
just
what I'm saying?
not wanting to be a mother, really, you know, just in a bad spot. Not
Yep.
wanting to do it. I could get it. I can get it. I can
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
get it. But it's something that you have to go, okay, we know what this is, and we can get through this, you know?
That's the one thing where like the exercise like really helps because I mean like you know like once I mean as long as you continue that routine, you keep with it, it's easy to pick it back up after you know you have your pregnancy.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Shout out to everybody who
and-
works out still as parents.
and the
It's
one
hard.
thing that's gonna be harder is if you have that postpartum depression and you feel really shitty about yourself.
Right.
You know, that's to be.
But you got 3 kids and you're a single mom, and you're still working out? You're a fucking badass bitch, you know?
Yeah.
1 kid and you're a single mom, or you're 1 kid and you're a mom, you know?
Because you see how much time it takes. You know,
Yeah,
just
I
like,
know. It's hard, you know?
Oh
So
my
the fact that you
God.
still go out there and do that, man.
yeah, find time, and then it's like there's no chilling back playing Call of Duty, smoking a blunt,
Right.
relaxation that we do.
Right.
They just got to start taking care of this other person.
Yeah.
Where you put this other person before you. It's
That's
just like,
why
man,
that's why everybody just ends up giving their kid a fucking laptop
like-
or some shit.
that's one thing that
a
like,
tablet.
You know, like I gotta admit, like I'm still pretty immature when it comes to things like that because I think about it, I'm just like, wow, like there's someone that will come before me. You
Yeah,
know?
no
Like,
thanks.
I still feel very selfish about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like, it's like there's a human that I got put before me now.
I have a lot of things I don't want you to take time away from. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just-
I'll like there's like you know there's times where like I plan to do shit and there's times where like the enjoyment of not having any plans where you're like I got nothing to do.
yeah.
And it's like
It probably
when
feels
you
real good.
always have something to do.
It probably feels really good when you are a parent and you do get
Right.
finally like that day off. Even though, bro, I've watched too much crime docs, bro. I feel like I'm cursed now. Like even if like, you know, say I got a son, he goes to stay with your son overnight. I'm worried, dude. I've heard a story for every situation, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've heard of people, make sure your windows are locked, Steve. You know, make sure you got him in at 9.
And I'll fucking kill you. It's like,
Steve, I'll take your eyes.
I was like,
I'll take your
by
eyes.
the way, crime junkie. It was this dude, his best friend. He was staying over with his son, raped both the sons and killed them. You know, just like
Episode 408.
exactly.
Listen to it, Steven.
Exactly.
Listen to it.
Yeah. It's like I will kill you. It's eyesight.
I like that I would take your eyes.
Eyesight.
It's a different kind of thing, you know? When people say, like, I'll kill you, it's like a lot of people have said that in your life and didn't kill you. But if I'm like, I'll take your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
You know? That's how I was when I was about to get in that fight. Now that I'm grown, I kind of know what you're supposed to say to, like, tick different lines of, I guess, men mentality now that I'm a man. I guess I feel like, you know, I feel like I know what to say to get you.
Okay. All right.
You know? It helps a lot.
As a man, yeah.
Well, I still, like we were just saying, where I still feel like a kid. Like I do.
Oh, bro, man.
I feel like I'm
yeah.
not mature.
Yeah.
Like I'm mature.
100%.
I am mature
Yeah.
than 98% more of the people that I know. But I still feel like I still have a lot of kid tendencies, like you said.
Yeah, I still feel like a kid, you know? I still
You know?
feel like a teenager.
But like
you know?
the last time I remember, like I wasn't sure if I was gonna get in a fight on the court. I was just telling the guy, and we're going back and forth. I'm trying to think about those things I can say to strike fear. It's weird how, like, as a human, you do that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to embarrass you in front of everyone, trying to, like, get him to instill that fear and that doubt in himself. And he's trying to do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
It's very weird how, like, that's what we do,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
it's like, I'm trying to tell you, like, bitch, don't do this. I'm trying to get that alpha on you. You're trying to get an alpha on me. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I want
It's
I
weird,
want you
bro.
to have a fear. Damn it.
What?
They burnt us on that.
No, I checked it out a while ago. We were still going.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
checked that. That's why I just let it roll.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's why I let it
I
roll.
don't like when they do that shit.
It looks weird, yeah, 100%. But I mean, like, I checked it out. Bro.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yep. But I mean,
I was talking to Todd the
Animal
other day,
Kingdom,
though, about
man.
a situation where, like, you seen in the chat where I was saying, like, no L hurts worse than a fighting L, right? So I was, like, talking to him, and I was like, let's say your neighbor, right, 3 doors down, your son's getting into a little altercation, and you guys end up fighting somehow, and he knocks you out in front of the whole block watching. What do you do when you wake up? You press charges? No, right?
Yeah, no.
So now you got to see this guy every day to knock you out? Your son's seen you get brutally knocked out?
I'm training.
And you guys just see this guy every day? It's funny because that's what I said too. I was like, you just want to play it cool? For a year, you just do boxing lessons, MMA lessons.
It's like, dude, I thought we're behind this, man. I sent you a baby shower invite.
You thought, bitch! Start raining elbows. Your kid's been training.
Like
you get your kid to fuck him up.
Like your son, I'd be damned. I'd be like, at this point, it's just like, I don't know if I can let you and his son make up, man. Like if you guys just start hanging out because after his dad popped me, it's like
a brutal KO, dude. Not popped
me.
you, brutal KO, where like your head bounced off the cement.
The one where like the big dude knocked out the one dude out on Broadway Street.
Yeah,
knocked him out. Right in his pockets. I'm just like.
That's the worst.
And you took a bat to him, bro.
Thank God that was pretty far away, though.
And you got a bat. He took a bat to you, bro, and got his ass beat, bro. Just one. The dude took the bat right there.
I just love
ate it.
My favorite part though is how he ran his pockets.
Yeah,
because the KO came so easy. He still had aggression. So at this point, it's like, next thing, am I gonna piss on you? Or am I gonna run your pockets?
Rob you.
It's one of these things, right?
And I'm just like, I was like, oh.
I was gonna share one. You see that group I had you to?
I might have taken
that fight group.
At that moment, I might have taken his whip, and just dipped off with it real quick.
That would have been cool too. At least Ryan's rep, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that fight group I had you to?
Yeah, I got.
So I was sending you a couple videos from that. It's one of the best fight groups, It's always good videos that you don't see often.
That's
and
hilarious.
Shit. There was this one where it's like these 3 teens and the one kid's on there like showing all of his money, and then right below that, it's a video of him. And he's like trying to grab his pocket shut, and there's like 6 people ripping at his fucking hands and like pulling his money out of his pocket. And he looks at his boys like, Mookie, call the cops, yo! Call the cops! And like just a second ago, he's like flaunting all this money. I'm like, yo, it's a perfect
everywhere, bro.
It's a perfect example
I
of
saw
how
a video.
people are.
All in
you
the
seen
video,
that,
bro? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Man. Just like, why?
And you're sitting there saying, call the cops, bro. You're such a little bitch.
There was one I watched the other day.
I just hate people like that. I hate people that are fake like that, bro.
I saw that one other day. It was this dude. They caught. I guess his op was in the title, and he walked over near the police cruiser. He was like, "Bro, we're not gonna bank you, bro. You on some bitch shit right now." And the dude just sitting by the cop car, and he was just like, "Yo, officer." Just like,
trying not to get banked, basically. Scared as shit.
The dudes are like, "Yo, we wasn't gonna bank you, yo."
See, I don't respect it when you involve yourself in that. Like personally for me, we always had a chance to get guns, but I always knew if I got guns, then I would be around people who had guns. That goes hand in hand,
Yeah.
So if you want to pretend that you're just get money motherfucker, well, that's what you're bringing into your life. Mm-hmm. So you have to be ready for the consequences. Don't call the cops now, dog.
Yeah.
Don't ask for the cops. You probably were out there screaming defund the police last week while you were selling your perks. You made a bunch of money and now you want to call the cops to save you.
Exactly.
It's just the horish. How many people do you know that are like that? You expect, and I mean, our generation was bad with it, but the next generation just seems so much worse. Where it's like so many more people who want to be something that they're not, bro.
Yeah,
and it's like they all want to seem like they got money
especially
and shit.
With like you start giving these kids internet at 5-6 years old, man.
Especially that, man. It's crazy because like I know so many guys. But like, there's one guy specific, him. I don't want to say his name, but he used to get bullied so bad in school, bro. Everybody used to bitch this kid. And now he's like all tatted up and tries to act like so hard, like always that guy, that's like, oh yeah, if anybody got a problem with me, they can see me one-on-one. Everybody know I ain't with the talking, and shit like that. It's like, bro, I remember you not being with the fighting, dude. I know. Because to me, it's like once you're a bitch, you're always a bitch. It's very rarely that you grow out of that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
because you're gonna get bullied, but like when you're like the way this guy was bullied, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. But the way this guy was bullied was like everyday thing, like every single day they used to bully this kid, and he never did nothing.
We're talking to the cast.
He should have. He never even tried to rap.
I got it.
He didn't do anything. Now he's like talking about beating people up. I'm just like, nah, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was a bitch.
We gotta talk about that at the cast, bro. I want to know now because I'm not sure. So we'll definitely talk about that one, man.
It's another great cast on a Friday night, man. I gotta get some food in me. Thank you everybody for checking us out. It's time to eat. Love you all. Keep checking us out. We'll be back soon.
Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it.
Enjoy the weekend.
We'll be back.